happened to my music? What happened to my music? Yo, what's going on, people? Let me get this shit right. Hey, man. I played the wrong file. I gotta delete this file, man, because I always play the one without the music. What's going on, people? I don't know if y'all can hear me. Let me turn this up. What's going on, everybody? Eloquently petty, articulate assholery. This is the Keep It 100 channel. Uppity Negro swag is what we do here. He said, "Where's the music?" Yeah, I fucked up. I played the wrong file. Well, anyway, what's popping, man? It's real silent in this motherfucker. What's going on? Shout out to Blacklight Revelations. He just made me realize that I've been demonetized again. Fuck YouTube. I've been demonetized again. So, since I've been demonetized, this is what I'm going to do. Well, first of all, let me do this. So, for anybody asking, the Cash App is Keep It 100, and yes, I am referencing the Cash App here. If you want to, I'm going to be reading comments, man. But if you want to send something, send it there, and make sure you leave the name that you want me to thank. You want me to thank you by using your name. I don't like to call government names on the internet. So yeah, if you want me to shout you out from the Cash App, make sure to leave some sort of memo that basically lets me know who to mention in the stream. So what's going on, y'all? This is let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself because been around this motherfucker, and I feel like from the time that I started, the message is getting a little distorted. The message is getting a little distorted. I think one of my lights is out. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the message is getting a little twisted. 1 second, please. Can't see me. Think you ain't gonna see me. So anyway, the message is getting a little distorted. Okay, so let me introduce myself, aka SYSBM4. SYSBM4. I will be doing a panel. We will be doing, and shout out to Blacklight Revelation. See, now I get the notifications on the Apple Watch, and now I can shout y'all motherfuckers out. Shout out Blacklight Revelations for the Cash App, nigga. Now I got it on the watch. But anyway, let me introduce myself. Basically, this is what it is. A lot didn't happen over the past couple of years, and this, that, and the other. A lot of back and forths, beefs, debates, arguments, things of that nature. A lot of fuckery. And I think that between that and me clowning around on this motherfucker, I think that is we've gotten a bit distant from the point here. I want people to understand at least what this channel is about. Now, there's been a lot of debates with me and other people about the direction of the manosphere. And since I can't control the manosphere, I'm going to control what the fuck happens here. Right? I'm going to control what happens here. Let me shout out some people. All right. Shout out to Aaron Peters. Shout out to Chaos Rain. I see you, D-Rock. Blacklight as usual. Brandy, I see you. Excalibur. Grab Second Gear, I see you. He's like the first in the building and shit. Jay Jermaine, what up? Alexander Kelly. Donnie Mack, what's happening? Mike Ferg. Cool man, I see you. And Romello, what's popping, man? Yeah, we're going to do the, he said he wants the eloquently petty shirt, so I'm going to have to make those. But yeah, I feel like we need to start all over because we have gotten away from the point. Shout out to Romello for the super chat. Filling this watch right here. I wasn't getting these notifications before, but the notifications is working now. So, yo, just understand, if you do cash at me, I will get the notification right on my arm. Right? He said, hey, what is it? Paganot. He said, not sure why I got this channel, but I have high expectations. Check this out, brother. You are in the right place if you are anti-simp. Look at the hashtags under the video, and you will understand, like, yeah, you in the right place, my man. And I'm about to say some disrespectful shit tonight, since I'm demonetized anyway. YouTube doesn't want to pay me. So it's funny, when I'm demonetized, you get the better show. Shout out to Maul, what's going on? What's going? My man Maul sent me $20 super chat. I mean, not well, super chat, Cash App, same shit. All right, so just understand that I will be treating y'all guys comments like super chats when y'all do make them. So shout out to Maul. I appreciate you. Understand? Yeah. Let me introduce myself, bro. Let's start off from here. This is the SYSBM zone. This ain't to bring the black bitches back to the table zone. Okay, right? Hey, peeking out. Oh, she said I am female, but 1,000% pro masculine man. I got you. I got you. So just understand. Just understand. And there's some things I'm gonna say you will agree with, and there's some things I'm gonna say I hope y'all don't trigger you, but they gonna get said. Okay, shout out to you. Pretty much this is what it is. It's been a lot of like talk with me and others about this idea of negotiating. This idea of negotiating. Okay. Okay. Now I can't control what nobody else say on their microphone, but I'm gonna tell you this. Okay. Ain't nobody here to negotiate shit. All right. We ain't here to negotiate. All right. So hell no. Hell no, we won't go, man. Yo, understand, man. Shout out to Ron Neal. Dr. Ronald Neal is in the building. He says SYSBM. It's the mad professor Ronald Neal. Shout out to him. Shout out to my man Black Light Revelations. I can't say enough. Y'all need to check his channel. He's on every day. I haven't been on like that lately, but this man is on every day throwing it down. So shout out to Black Light. Shout out to Dr. Ronald Neal, who in my opinion is probably the biggest practitioner of SYSBM that we have in the space. In my opinion, that motherfucker said, peace, see ya, I'm out of here, holla. Listen, and peeking out, I just want you to understand, for the women who love black men, respect black men, and treat black men like they need to be treated, we fucks with you. We fucks with you. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to make some things clear with my boys in here. Again, it's been a lot of, we hope that somebody come save us and this and that and the other. I've been saying since the beginning, I don't give a fuck what manner of person comes and tells this message. I don't care if it's the women or the white women or the white men, whoever. Understand, my position stays firm. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. Not the motherfucking government, not, the sisterhood. That none of them are coming to save you. Okay? You don't have control over nothing that these chicks say on YouTube or anywhere else, unless they are going to follow the guidance of the space here. You understand what I'm saying? Unless they're going to do that, if they are free radicals in this motherfucker, then no, they cannot be used in any way whatsoever, because their agenda at some point will disalign with yours. Period. I don't care what, optimism that motherfuckers have. It is not going to be that way. You understand what I'm saying? This space was not created to negotiate. This space is not created for that. Understand that, and I've said this on other channels, ain't nobody here an activist. I don't go out and I don't march. I don't hold picket signs. I don't do none of this shit. Ain't nothing said in this manosphere about pushing any laws this way or that way. Most of the motherfuckers here is complaining about pussy that they not getting. Okay? All right. So we understand, we talk about, things that are happening in the neighborhoods or in the black community or in the black female or male dynamics and relationships and things like that, just understand that we on here, like, we got all this going on. This one is targeting us and that one's targeting us. These conversations are not about trying to get laws passed or anything like that. It's not going to happen. We're trying to make you aware of what the shit is that's going down so you can decide from there what you want to do. We're not here to convince the women of anything. The women that are down, and the ones who ain't down ain't gonna be down unless they have to be down, unless something happens between now and them changing their minds that pushes, their mind to change. But nah, I'm not here. Understand this. I'm not here to convince women to be feminine or to submit or any of that shit. That's not what I'm here for. If niggas think that this is the place where this happens, you can peace out. If you got other motherfuckers in the manosphere that are on that shit, understand that I am not in line with what that's saying. It ain't personal or whatever. I don't give a fuck. That's not what I'm here for. I've said this in the beginning. Okay? Been cracking jokes and clowning around over the past few months, but now the motherfuckers got it twisted. So now we're going to have to bring the energy back. Nobody's here to negotiate. We're not here to shame, blame, and explain or convince anybody of anything. Okay? I'm not here to tell you all the ills of what happens in the community and all that shit so that you could take it to the women and show it to them for them to feel bad and decide to become cooperative. That's not what I'm here for. If you choose to use the information in that manner, that will be your prerogative. That's not what I'm here for. Shout out to Romello. He says, I have 3 models, MOB, Eloquently Petty, and SYSBM. Understand. Let me introduce myself. This is SYSBM4. Now, I did not create the term SYSBM. That was created by other people. They have definitions and tenets of that phrase that may apply to certain things that they're on. Understand what it means to me is a general statement of save yourself. What save yourself means is don't wait for nobody to fucking save you. Not the blonde hair bitch, not the chick in the UK. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to give you the information that you need to make decisions that will be best for you. Now, if you decide to listen to what I say or what anybody else in this space say, and then go into your real life, because a lot of motherfuckers come on to YouTube and they listen to us talk and they wave their fists and say, yeah, right. And then go right back into the world and be blue-pilled and a motherfucker. If you decide to do that, whatever you get is what the fuck you get. You deserve that shit. I see you, Reyes. Shout out to Reyes. Reyes is Raw's perspective. So just in case y'all didn't know, that's Reyes, right? So I want people to understand this information is not for you to just feel good in the moment. This ain't the Million Man March for you to feel good in the moment and then go back to your job on Monday morning and be that slave that you was before the march. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, whatever you decide to do is your business. If you want to come here and debate the things that I'm saying here, cool. I could take the heat. I could drop the link. Shout out to Romello again. All right. Shout out to Romello again for that Cash App. He said 20 for the taxes. Just know whatever you put in that memo, I'm going to read. Whatever you put in that memo, I'm going to read. So, he said $20 for the taxes. Shout out to Romello 747. I appreciate you, bro. Just understand that's not what we're here for. Okay? Another thing, right? I want to make this clear. Another thing. I'm off the top of the head tonight. Another thing I want motherfuckers to understand. I hate simps. I've been saying that shit since the beginning. I don't like simps. I hate them. I hate them like roaches, nigga. Roaches. Simps are fucking roaches. And if I could step on the motherfuckers, I will. I don't like simps because they are the reason we're here. And this is why we have these issues. Women cannot do what they do without enablers. And I don't give a fuck if they're your favorite content creator. I don't like simps. Fuck them niggas. So if you don't like me because I call out a nigga for simping, I don't give a fuck if he admit it. I don't like simps. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Because simps are the issue. When the fuck did we make simping popular in the manosphere as a content creator strategy? And I don't give a fuck if you know who I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm demonetized. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna come slap me in the face. Cause my shit bang bang like anybody else's. Just understand I don't like simps. I've made that clear. The shit in every video in the description says anti-simp, nigga. If y'all got it twisted, I don't like simp niggas. That hasn't changed. I don't flip-flop here. Ain't nothing changed here. From day fucking one, scroll back to the beginning of the channel and watch the videos. I ain't saying nothing different. I'm taking the same position. You got motherfuckers here, yo, you need to do this, and black man, you need to do that. And ever since the white girl came through, now these motherfuckers done swarmed in and exposed themselves. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody who was, pro-black and B1 and this and that and the other, they done put it out there, who they are. Nigga, pay attention. Fuck what I'm talking about. Fuck what I'm showing you. I'll show you videos, pictures, and everything, but you ignore it. So understand, that's where the space is being taken. That's where the space is being taken, man. Y'all worried about the girls taking it. No, the simps is about to take your shit. You worried about the female content creators stealing the manosphere? You better pay attention to the simp niggas stealing this shit. Because the simp niggas is about to turn your manosphere message into a message of servitude, motherfuckers. That's a fucking fact. So understand, man. Stop looking at the obvious shit. And don't think because a motherfucker is yelling hoes, 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 nigga, he on your side, nigga. SYSBM. Either find you a woman that appreciates you within the situation or date out, cash out, or fly out. I've been saying this shit forever. I've been saying this shit forever. But still, protect yourself. We know where we live. The woman you marry is never the woman you divorce, nigga. The woman you walk down the aisle with is never the woman you divorce. Let's talk about some current events. So we got the soccer player, right? Remember the soccer player? Remember him? He put all his shit in his mama name. You know how many niggas is mad about that? Niggas. Men is mad that a man protected his assets from a would-be gold digger. A would-be gold digger. Oh, I don't want to get started on Anton, man. Protected his shit. Ain't these usually the niggas that'd be like, yo, you should have chose better. You should have protected yourself. You supposed to protect your seed, protect your bag. Then when the nigga do the shit, he wrong. He ain't a man. He ain't this, he ain't that. Why? Why? Because he's supposed to lose. What manhood has become in America is taking the L, falling on a sword. That's what manhood has become in America. In this society, you are not supposed to win. I got a whole video says, black man, you ain't supposed to win. You ain't never supposed to win. You supposed to take the L. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I don't even want to get into him. You listen. Right, we started on. We ain't here to negotiate. Secondly, I don't like simps. You know who the simp's cousin is? The coon. I don't fuck with coons neither. I don't fuck with coons neither. I don't fuck with the simps. I don't fuck with the coons, man. If anybody's offended by what I'm saying, you in the wrong place. I don't fuck with the simps. I don't fuck with the coons. I got my opinions and my caveats and my points of view on black culture and black people. I do. And I'll be damned if I let any loyalty or allegiance to black culture or black people take me down. But at the same time, I'm not riding with the other side. No, I'll save me, but I don't wave the other motherfucker's flag. And niggas wave too many flags out this motherfucker, man. You're looking for either some white people or some white girl to save you, or you know what I'm saying? You sacrificing yourself for some feminism bullshit. You ain't gonna win. There's nothing to gain from it. And that's the problem with the simp and the coon, is that they go all out in hopes that they're gonna gain something. Nigga, you ain't simping and cooning gets you nothing, motherfucker. You get nothing. Take a look to the left and right at your closest simp and your closest coon. They gain nothing. You're tools of those people that you're simping and cooning for until they don't need you no more. And then you're back here complaining. You're either red pill or you're pro-black after getting shitted on for cooning or shitted on for simping. And nigga, we see you. The manosphere is not a revolving door. You don't get to say you in or you out every 5 minutes. I'm out the manosphere. I'm back in the manosphere. I'm back out of it. Oh, the niggas threw me out. Oh, I'm back in. Oh, I'm going to advocate. Oh, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Sorry, black man. Y'all niggas ain't got no power. Y'all niggas is weak. Oh, it's the white man that's made you weak. But you're weak. A lot of these niggas make a lot of these bitches arguments. You can't even protect your seed or your finances for a lot of these niggas. If you ain't willing to take the L, you're weak. You're not a man. You're the problem. Motherfuckers are doing backflips to avoid saying something that gives these females accountability. I am not here to change the simp's mind. I'm not here to change the coon's mind. You can keep simping and keep cooning, and what you get for simping or cooning, if it doesn't meet your satisfaction, then enjoy that shit, motherfucker. Because if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. This is 2023. This is 1969. This is not 1958. So if you got some view of what black relationship should be as compared to what your daddy used to live and your mommy or your grandmama, that shit is over, nigga. It's over. Join us in the present. Niggas love to live in the past. All this Egyptian shit and bullshit, leave that shit in the past. And the continent don't want you, Black Americans, other than what they can gain from you. Yeah, we going in tonight. All this disillusion shit, all this hotep shit, you can keep it. That's not what I do here. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Name me an African country telling you that you can go over there and own 100% of your business without being a partner to a fucking national. Oh, I did my research, niggas. Oh, she said it's 100 part of, yeah. Let me put that cash app back up. Peeking. Let me throw that back up. So it's spelled just like that. And for those of people that have been spelling my name HUNNE, HUNNID is an ED, please. I don't know who ID is, but if y'all been cash apping that motherfucker looking at his balance like, oh shit, it's free money. Keep it 100 with an ED, like education. Educate yourself in the spelling of this shit. I appreciate y'all motherfuckers, man. I really do. Just understand, man, that's not what we here for, man. That's not what we here for, man. I am here to tell you, I'm not here to, show examples of sad black male, black male issues. And, I'm not here to show it, hey, black women, look how bad your man is doing. If you would only come to terms with us, then we could do better. I'm not here to tell y'all niggas to build, Egypt or some space age Wakandan fantasy either for your women's respect. I'm not here to tell you none of that shit. Somebody send me some. You send me some, Marvel? I didn't get a notification. I'll check it. But yeah, we're not here for none of that. And motherfuckers talking like black men don't build shit. Black men don't build shit. Oh, he said just a little something. Welcome back, bro. Shout out to Marvel 318. I gotta look at my phone. It didn't hit my watch. It's on the phone, man. Shout out to Marvel, man. Thanks for mentioning that to me. And thanks for the cash app. Thanks for all the cash apps. Cash apps are actually better than super chats. Although super chats are cool because you get your shit highlighted and I get to read it on some nice colored shit. But anyway, shout out to my man Marvel. You know what I'm saying? If you send a super chat, please say it in the chat. Put a $ in the chat so I know that you sent me something, and shout out to you. Furthermore, somebody else hit me with something. Caulfield. I don't want to say nobody's real name. So somebody sent me for tuition for this game. Shout out to you. I appreciate you on that. Oh, there it is. For everybody hitting the tip jar, I appreciate it. I do. D-Rock, I see you. D-Rock sent me a cash app. If I didn't say it earlier, he said for let's get it. Let's get it. It's not what we here for, man. I would love, I'm into fitness. I tell people what to eat, what to work out, how to lose weight or get fit or whatever. And I find that sometimes I give them this information and they hear it, they feel me, they understand it's the truth, and then they go out into the world and they don't use it. And they go get their Starbucks and they go get their Big Mac and they keep it moving on that. What I want niggas to do is take this knowledge. For those who are not the choir that I'm speaking to, because you preach to the choir. For those that are not the choir that I'm speaking to, understand, man, you got to practice this shit, man. Oh, coffee. Oh, Pete. Okay, I appreciate you. So, how do you tell me how to pronounce that? Packanaut? Is it Packanaut? Shout out to the Conqueror. I see you. But yeah, man, it's just old, man. This all this stuff these motherfuckers trying to bring back shit, man. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. Listen, it's not coming back. We are in a different time. We got, the country about to fucking go under. We got automation. We got all this other shit. We got all these other nations trying to murder the dollar. And y'all motherfuckers still want 6-figure niggas paying all the bills. And niggas is still trying to meet this standard for your manhood, a monetary standard. So you telling me the only way that you can get your woman to see you as a man is to be her financial superior? You're a trick. That's tricking. It's all tricking. Black Light says, facts, old, outdated babble. As much as people talk about the elders would be disappointed that these pseudo-intellectuals haven't expanded and updated their great works. Shout out to Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. And now, for the next topic, advocacy. Thank you, Dr. T, for showing up to remind me to say this. Okay? Once again, I can't tell anybody else in the manosphere what to do, how to move, what to feature on their channels, and what talking points that they should consider. Understand this, though. When we started this was not just about how to move as men, but also advocacy. 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 If we have lost sight of that, and it is now all about who can't get pussy versus who can, I'm not interested. Shout out to Dr. T. Dr. T is in the building. Shout him out. I said it before, I say it again. If the black manosphere was about black male advocacy, then Dr. T, Hassan Johnson, would have 100,000 plus fucking subscribers. 100,000 plus subscribers. But you know what? The manosphere ain't really about that. It's about entertainment. And sometimes I entertain, but it can't be all about entertainment. It can't be all about drama. It can't all be all about me versus whoever, or this nigga versus this nigga, or checking the female content creators. It has descended into a fucking circus, yo. And a lot of people come here to the manosphere, to the black manosphere, to watch a soap opera. This shit has become a reality TV show. It's a fucking soap opera. Don't get it twisted. If a nigga talks shit about me, I'm gonna talk shit back. Reyes likes to say, y'all niggas bicker, man. All y'all niggas do is fucking bicker. And that's my best Reyes impression. All y'all niggas do is bicker. And I can't, to some extent, disagree with him. To a great extent, I can't disagree with him. All y'all niggas do is bicker. And all the bickering seems to revolve around women. This is the impression. The motherfuckers telling me, no, that's not really the impression. Nigga, what? Really? Nigga, I'm in the room. Niggas outside of the room is saying this. I'm in the room and I'm seeing it. How the fuck? Now, don't get it twisted. We got motherfuckers here who advocate. But they should be larger than the dramatic motherfuckers. Why aren't the advocates of this space larger than the entertainers? Don't get it twisted. I like a good conversation about red pill, about what women are doing, about dating, about this, about that. I love those conversations. But it's like black movies in the theater. All a nigga can see is some slave shit, or some I turned an ounce into a key shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is drama. Everything is a soap opera. Ooh, who Mark is gonna roast next? You know what I'm saying? And that's not at least 100% of what we're here for. It can go that route because we disagree. And sometimes, you know, people can't disagree in a civil manner, and then it goes left. You know, I've been guilty of this shit. I've been guilty of taking part in the bullshit, in the fuckery. Because y'all, I say this is the home of the fuckery. It's not. Now, I tell people all the time, Dr. T, somebody like Dr. T is in this space. He is a fuckery-free space. He doesn't indulge and engage in the nonsense. I get my hands dirty. That man is not necessarily the guy for that. If you want information on what's going on out this motherfucker, I suggest you check him out. And another person that's informative is all the doctors, the Dr. T's, the Dr. Rons, the GGs, you know, and he's not a doc, but he might as well be to a certain extent, and that's BGS Idmore. Now, guys in this space don't always see eye to eye. Shout out to Edward Anderson. Also, guys in this space don't even always see eye to eye. But if this is about advocacy, we sure don't talk a lot about advocacy. We seem to want to advocate more for the sexless than the voiceless. Let me pause for a second. We want to advocate for the sexless more than the voiceless. Your inability to bag bitches is not a political issue. We've been solved that problem. If you can't lose weight, stop drinking soda, stop eating fast food, this and that, go work out, exercise. If you don't want to do that, because that's the solution, then I don't want to hear you complaining about you can't lose no weight. I don't want to hear about it. I'm not a game coach. I done told motherfuckers how to approach that shit. Oh, well, we got to do that. Okay, then don't do it, nigga. Beat your dick off then. I didn't tell you to go become a millionaire, motherfucker. It's just that I know what girls like. And I'm trying to help you. That's what I'm here to do, help. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to help. Back in the days, we didn't have YouTube when we was younger. If a motherfucker wasn't in the room putting you on, if a motherfucker couldn't tell you to your face, then you didn't have the information. You and the generation coming up after us has this YouTube. They have all this information. They are on social media, seeing the chicks saying wild, crazy shit, seeing the chicks act up. And what I'm getting lately is pushback on telling motherfuckers how to move. Now, all of a sudden, we pro-black again. Look, I love black people, but not to the level of sacrifice. For me, my life, my family, whoever. Now, I don't mean family because I ain't got no kids. I'm just saying, for everybody that's talking this shit like, you know, motherfucker gotta jump off buildings and fly on swords to save something that is not open to being saved. These girls are calling other women pick-me's. You know, this Simone Biles shit where they're roasting her over doing a wedding on the cheap. These same women that don't want to be criticized on their size or on their bodies or on this and that, they don't got no problem throwing darts at the next black woman if she don't make a nigga spend millions on the wedding, right? Talking about her edges, right? These are the same shit that we gonna wear our bonnets. We gonna wear our bonnets. We don't give a fuck, Monique. We gonna wear our bonnets on the plane, Monique. Who roasted Derrick Jackson's wife for wearing a bonnet in the video? They roasted her, not niggas. They roasted her. When we gonna wear our bonnets, just all right. Well, we'll do her right. You know what I'm saying? But back to the point. We've lost the fucking way, man. We shifted, man. This shit has shifted. You understand? I don't want to talk about the 30% of niggas who ain't getting pussy. That's not what I'm here for. Let me put, you know, Paganar says, yes, that criticism is normal among females. But the funny thing is, again, and I've been in the business of women for a long time, and I've heard women clown women for, you know, being too big to wear the shit they be wearing, and your weave is crooked and all this other shit. And then as soon as a nigga decide, I don't want to fuck with her because of those same things, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, we can't base our preferences on it, but y'all can crack jokes about the next chick. All right, let me read some of these comments. Because Ray S is typing paragraphs. Let's see what Ray S has to say. So Ray S says, there's nothing wrong with bickering necessarily, but let's be honest. As an old school BK dude, we all know we can bicker, but chucking them things is the ultimate resolution. And that's not necessary. Ain't nobody fighting each other on YouTube, bro. That ain't happening. The viewership is about entertainment. Can't escape the general American culture. Facts. What does History and Discovery channels show? I would imagine History and Discovery Channel, at least the point was to educate. I don't know what they show now. Shit, MTV show music videos. They don't know more. So I don't know what they showing now. You would have to put me onto that more. Blacklight says the best representatives of a principle, unfortunately, never seem to have the loudest mic. Facts. It's even like that outside of the manosphere. It's like social diffusion. Facts. That's heavy. You say I never put a female above me in my journey. They're like a bus. Miss one, another comes 15 minutes later. I hear you. Rhea says, so why not reduce the bickering to avoid a physical confrontation? Because nobody's flying in nobody's state, bro. most people on here ain't down the block from each other, man. Nobody, you know, we could talk about, you know, yo, man, when I see you, you ain't gonna see him. You know what I'm saying? And he said that's what kept rap alive. Yeah, but see, when you rapping, you gonna see each other because y'all all rap at the same venues and the same this and the same that. Y'all be on the same tours. And eventually Biggie's gonna do a show with Tupac somewhere in the city, and that's where they're gonna bump into each other. Said the biggest audience settles around the worst representatives. Facts. Social diffusion, trademark that term out. Social diffusion. That's absolutely. Dom says, what's up, Dom? Dom says they don't support the advocates. Said the world is correct. People seek and get what they want. People want advocacy when they need it. People want entertainment as baseline escapism. Listen, I understand. Listen, YouTube is an entertainment platform, period. Like, that's what it's here for. Like, that's what it was founded on. You know, YouTube as a platform was built on twerking asses, if you remember. Now they done got hoity-toity, but this shit was built like everything else is built. Like Tubi is being built off hood movies. YouTube was built off of bitches twerking. Who was there? I was there in the very beginning. Just like Vine and fucking Instagram. And you give a bitch a camera, she gonna twerk. That's what's gonna happen. Okay? Yeah. Ray says, yes, sexless instead of the voiceless. Facts. That's what this shit is turned into. I ain't getting no pussy. I ain't getting no pretty bitches don't want to fuck me. They want to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So we always have players to show us what was missing. Bottom line, they didn't tell you directly, didn't pay attention. That's a free payment. Understand, man, we got this internet. I tried to tell y'all what's real in the most entertaining way possible. Shout out to AB Media. I try to tell you in the most entertaining way possible. But you got to eat your vegetables sometimes, man. It can't always have sugar and ketchup on the motherfucker, man. Sometimes you got to eat your vegetables, man. Bondness are not sexy, Ray S. I fuck a bitch. I want to fuck her how she looked in the club. Don't y'all hate? Y'all meet a chick. Y'all at the club. She got the sexy shit on. You get her to the crib. She takes all that sexy shit off and she comes back out with a bonnet and some other raggedy shit. Nah, man. You don't look like the bitch from the club no more. You just killed it. I want to smash you in the tight dress. So for the women listening, fuck them in the outfit they met you in. That's what we want. That's what we want. Shout out to Big Cab. The problem isn't mating fusion. It's the toxic and misandrous BS. That is the problem. Facts. Facts. I'm here for the men who are dealing with issues relating to feminism in their relationships and in their lives and racism. Okay, we're here to speak about that and how to successfully navigate through those. I'm not here to complain about shit just incessantly. Let's talk about how to deal with some of this shit. Shout out to Ray S. Ray S, I peeped a couple of your videos and you said you call me solution based. I've been this way since I've started this channel. I don't just want to talk about red pill shit and shit we going through. What do we fucking do about it? For the lucky men that will meet cooperative women, because there are the few, the proud, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You know, for those guys, just, you know, shout out to the guys who are lucky enough to do that. Just the ones who do, when they come on here and say, well, it must be something you doing wrong because I found me a cooperative woman. No, it's just that, nigga, you was lucky. You picked a good apple in an orchard full of rotten ones. Okay? Okay? Maybe it was something about you that, you know, you attracted, you luck of the draw, motherfucker, luck of the draw. Said, don't forget about reacting to girls in cups. Whoa. Yeah, the internet was built off porn. Facts. Said, I know niggas ain't gonna fight, but you know what? I was taught to speak. Not to speak to someone over the phone if you're not going to say it to their face. That's all I'm saying. Show some decorum. But Ray S, you can practice what you preach, fam. You be saying some shit. Look, I'm a BK nigga too. I know we talk our shit. Understand that everybody don't understand that manner of speaking that New York niggas have. We talk reckless, we laugh, we joke. And people from other places, they don't look at it that way. They return that shit with some, you know, some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, Me Too is now the career killer, but folks don't want to talk about that. They got Jonathan Majors of all guys. Yeah. I want to see proof. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, innocent to prove it. No, you got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt a nigga did some shit for me. I don't give a fuck what you say about him. You got to show me proof. I need proof. I need pictures. I need video, or it didn't happen. I don't give a fuck. I am biased towards black men. MOT asked me, well, what side you on? I said it repeatedly. I'm on the black man side at all fucking times. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because everybody else nobody is playing fair. We ain't playing merit based. So you want to accuse a nigga of some shit? Prove it. If you want me to ride with, yeah, that nigga's guilty. Nigga, you got to bury me with proof. Bury me with evidence. Show the nut on the clothing. If the nut ain't on the clothing, the nigga ain't do it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If the gloves don't fit, must have quit, motherfucker. Say YouTube was booty clapping central. They built this shit off ass, and now they too good for ass. Demonetized, motherfuckers. Demonetized. My man said, I believe the black man first till I have proof otherwise. Absolutely. Absolutely. He said, black men care too much about being validated. That's facts, but I'll tell you something else. Black men are shame sensitive. That's why shame works on niggas well. Black men are shame sensitive, especially when that shame comes from women. Because our environment, we've heard it, matriarchal, gynofocal, gynocratic, right? So our points of view are women's points of view. I'll believe that a nigga should do this in order to be a man. All this is woman issues and everything to serve women. I have yet to meet a huge crowd of black men that define masculinity in a way that does not have anything to do with women. Hey, packing out. Imagine me saying, real women suck dick from the back. If you can't suck dick from the back, you're not a real woman. Real women suck dick from the back and upside down. What kind of shit is this? What kind of shit is this? What kind of self-service shit is this? Real men pay all my bills. Right? You get to define a man by his services to you. That's interesting. You know? Fucking Joe Biden. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. A white man said this. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. That's interesting. That a white man could tell black people, vote for me or you're not black. I remember if you wasn't a criminal, you're not black. Black men are chasing their blackness and their manhood. It's like a fish on the hook. Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. You can't be a man unless. That's some emasculating shit. Unless you do this and then you do that, and then now it's a new task. Well, you got to do this too. You see if he do it. You see if he do it. Oh shit, he did it. Oh, am I a man yet? No, you got 5 more things to do. You pay these phone bills and take care of these kids and buy me a house, pay my car note. Then maybe you'll be a man. Motherfuckers Pinocchio and shit. One day I'm gonna be a real man. One of these days, and bitch pat him on the head. That's right. One of these days you'll be a real man. Yes, bitch. Please. You know, the fairy god bitch. You're gonna come and make you a real man. It's been a minute. We have to rewind it back, man. This is not the negotiation zone, man. Niggas is doing a whole lot to become these men, to then get these women that they're complaining about. I got motherfuckers coming to me telling me, I don't want to build myself for the woman with 8 kids by 8 different niggas. I don't want to build myself for the woman with ran through pussy. I don't want to build myself. And then the list goes on where they talk about the women that they don't want. Now, of course, they've been told by these women that in order to fuck with me, you gotta build yourself. That's where that argument is coming from. Motherfucker, I'm telling you, build yourself, because even if you don't want them, somebody is going to need you to meet whatever their standard is, and they're going to have a standard just like you have a standard, motherfucker. He said, oh, you stole my Pinocchio, saying, did I? I've been saying that a while. I don't know. Hey, look, you can have it, man. I don't want no smoke. Shout out to Janfar, my nigga Maul. He says, women are real quick to say that men can't define what a woman does, and then they act like they're the arbiters of what a man is. But we've let the culture define that. They run the culture. Understand, the people who run the culture, they make the rules. They are the ones who tell you the qualifications. But understand this also. I also understand that in the same way that we have our standards of what we deem attractive to us, they have theirs. Of course, their shit is ridiculous. And we have the right to say it's ridiculous. Just understand this. No amount of shaming, explaining, or blaming is going to change them from wanting what they want. So what do we do then? If you can't sell anything to someone who does not see the value in it, you have to do one or two things. Either you have to improve the value of the product, or you have to seek out a new customer, period. Black women think that the guys who talk this shit hate black women. No, we don't. If we did, we wouldn't be here. Nobody would give a fuck. We would be talking some other shit. The fact is, the black manosphere is like how Snoop said, we don't love them hoes. No, y'all love them hoes, nigga. We love black women. We are trying to reconcile. A lot of these guys are trying to reconcile with these women. It's not the purpose of the space, but that's what's happening. Shout out to BGS. BGS says that certain content creators in Manosphere 2.0 will try to bring women back to the table. These are guys that I didn't follow like that. You got to choose a new target audience. Black men want black women. That's why when you talk to them about self-improvement, the first place they go is, well, I will improve myself if black women improve themselves. They're saying they don't want the chick with the 8 kids and the ran through pussy, and they don't want to be a stepdad and all this other shit. Understand that when they say that, what they're not saying out loud is they want a black woman. That's what they're not saying. Because in self-improvement, in their head, is contextualized about or around black women. If that is their response, because if that wasn't the case, then self-improvement for black men will revolve around all women. So then you will enlist characteristics of black women that you should not self-improve for. Does that make sense, class? Because if it was about women in the DR or women in Brazil or women somewhere else where these issues were not huge issues, then you would not have a problem improving yourself for those women. Or maybe you would, and you're just bitching to be bitching because you want someone to take you as they are. Understand, Lizzo wants men to take her as she is. And if you are making the Lizzo argument, then you cannot be helped. Lizzo wants a high-value man to overlook that she looks the way she does. And you know what makes her feel good about it? All the women who say, "You're gorgeous, Lizzo. You look good. Never change, never settle. Never settle, never change. Shout out to my man Hassani, who's in there. Shout out to Ferg. I want to say this, and I haven't mentioned this, or maybe I have. This is the argument for the undesirables. The undesirables. And I'm going to go into that in a second. Shout out to Shane. Shane says, Black Manosphere, Black Twitter, Black whatever always turns out to be some buffoonery. Leon, Dolo 8. What's going on, Leon, man? What's going on, man? Hunter says, please stop. The brothers ain't ready for this conversation. AB says, so Lizzo the Hut wants us to overlook her. Well, if you can overlook her, that's his own task. Hard to overlook or look past her. All I'm saying is, yeah, they want their flaws overlooked. Everybody has flaws. The purpose is to eliminate as many struggles as you can to make yourself the most valuable to the opposite sex. That is not some sucker shit. That is what the fuck we do. Niggas do not buy cars and Jordans and all of that shit for any other purpose, but you want to attract. That's what peacocks do. Peacocks got feathers. They put them shits out. Nobody thinks, oh, you're a corny peacock. You're flashing your feathers. And nigga be like, why? You mad because your feathers are not as magnificent as mine? Your feathers are not as magnificent. So I'm going to get the peacock pussy and not you. Then you start a peacock spear when niggas complaining. Like, y'all peacock bitches only want to fuck niggas with feathers. So Maul says, really got to stop trying to convince an abuser to see that they're wrong. It hurts because we were raised by women and we love them. See, because black men view black women in the image of their mothers. We damn near worship black women. Black women are the sacred cows of black culture. It hurts because we were raised by women who love, but you must leave or die socially and emotionally. The choice is yours. The men who are accepted by the culture can stay. If you are rejected by the culture, you gots to go. Suck it up, pack it up, keep it moving. And when I say by the culture, I don't mean, just be like, fuck black people. I'm just saying, find you somebody that's fucking with you, and you can't go by these women's rules, because the same women that'll tell you that you weak for going elsewhere also don't want to fuck with you. These chicks are, they be like, oh, these niggas is weak for dating out and marrying out. Why don't you fuck them? Well, I don't know. Introduce them to a friend. Well, none of my friends, all my friends is taken. You don't want to introduce them to your friends. You don't want to introduce them to your family. You don't want, you don't want to fuck with them. But somehow that motherfucker got to keep it black. We know what black women like. They tell us every day. We know what black women like. They like the thug nigga. They like the tatted up nigga. They like the beard gang. They want them to be tall. They want them to be 6 figures, 6 foot, six pack. They want all that. And they want them to somehow be the CEO of a Fortune 500 blue chip company. But then they want to be Lizzo. How, bitch? So a nigga gonna do all of that, and what he deserves is Lizzo. That's a very low opinion of black men. You have a very low opinion of black men. If a black man has to become what they call a master of the universe, somebody tell me who coined that phrase, because it wasn't me. A master of the universe, Motherfucker got to overthrow white supremacy to gain the worst chick in the hood. Meanwhile, the best chicks in the hood, you know, body and shape, submissive, all of that, they date white men. Because white men deserve the best, but somehow the best black man deserves the most mediocre. Shout out to BGS for Masters of the Universe. Master of the Universe, what do you say? High octane black man deserves unleaded bitch. Unleaded. If any of y'all got BMWs, Benzes, or whatever, do you put unleaded in your vehicle? He said, if Lizzo was shaped like Big Liz, a lot of niggas would fuck, or at least experience the fucking. Niggas need to stop acting like fat butch. Oh, you see, this is where you lose me, fam. He said, stop acting like fat bitch pussy ain't pussy. Snoop fuck bitches, but y'all don't. Okay, so how about this, Reyes? These women need to stop acting like lame nigga dick ain't dick. Can I take you to the prom? Yeah, and you can fuck me too, because lame nigga dick is dick. They ain't picky about the dick. So niggas can be picky about, so just any pussy you'll do, huh? Just any pussy. All I'm going to say is at the end of the day, you know, water should seek, and I have to put the word should seek its own level. You can't reasonably demand a dime piece if dime pieces ain't checking for you automatically. Then you need to add water. If 6 foot, 6-pack, 6-figure niggas ain't checking for you automatically, then bitch, you need to add water. Water could be a bunch of different things, but you need to add water. There's people that come out the box, niggas on them, bitches on them. Most of the time is women. Women out the box, when you in your late teens, early 20s, niggas is on you. Niggas is on you. Most women out the box ain't got to add no water. You know what? You dry up out the box. And while you got the hot seat, you don't think about the future, you think about now. You figure, damn, all these niggas want to take me out on a date, spend all this money. I might as well capitalize off this. And you go on a date every day or at least every week. Take all these gifts, motherfuckers Cash App you, Venmo you, PayPal you. Now, if you have a man who you considering for marriage in your 20s, then you can't really take advantage of these gifts and these Cash Apps and these Venmos and these PayPals, because that nigga gonna be looking at you crazy unless he a pimp ass nigga and be like, fuck that. Them niggas like you. Let them send you money. Which is my forte. Oh, you like my girl? Oh yeah. Why don't you buy her something? All I'm saying is, brothers, this is the thought process. So how the fuck could you get mad at a nigga that as soon as a nigga gets some bread, this nigga options increases, and now he gonna exercise his options because you was hot shit in your 20s? And this is an Andrew Tate argument that he made on JPT, but I've been saying this since high school. I said, how could you get mad at a nigga when he's the hot shit? Because when you was the hot shit, you wasn't fucking with it. Let me tell you something. Let's go back to red pill. And I want to explain what the fuck red pill is, because motherfuckers be like red pillars and you a red pillar and red pill this and red pill that. Understand what red pill is. It's an understanding that a lot of the shit that you've been told is bullshit. It's not a religion. It's not a tag. It's not you know, an organization or group or cult of niggas. It's a nigga that decided, you know what? This shit is the Matrix and all this shit is bullshit. It's not limited to our understandings of women and relationships. It's about everything. Everything. We talk about women and relationships. What up? What up? I see you, Playboy King. Popping. Understand, red pill is the idea or the understanding or the realization, I should say, that everything that you've been told about how you should behave in a relationship or how you should behave in life, the white picket fence, the nuclear family, all this shit is bullshit. It's all a lie. It's been made up to build this idea that society understand that while to an extent, especially in the dawn of society, it progressed us forward. That now that we have achieved a certain level of industrial progress, a lot of this shit is outdated and it has not been updated. The idea of the patriarch is dead. I've said it before. The provider male is dead. You guys are not provider males. You're gifter males. You understand what I'm saying? Gifters. You don't provide, you gift. You gift. These women don't need you to eat. When you go to the third world country, the reason why the bitches run when niggas get off the plane is because these chicks need you to eat. The provider male is dead. Okay, women go out, they make their own money, they get the bag, sis. They get the bag, sis. They're getting a bag, right? You get in your bag. Y'all got a bag. If y'all together, what they say, to death do us part, you get into a relationship, y'all are, coexisting, adulting, whatever. Where the fuck did this soft girl bullshit come from? This idea that while you get your money, I go get money and you spend your money on some leisure shit while I spend my money on responsible shit. When in human history has it ever been that way? That is some new shit. This is some new wave, new wave unfeminism, because feminism was about, oh, we don't need y'all niggas. But now is we gonna keep our money and you gonna spend yours on the both of us. That's where we are at this point in the game. I say this not to tell the women, hey, y'all need to change our perspective. They won't unless y'all move a certain way. They see the results of that, and they're either forced to comply or don't. And you just keep going in that direction. Meaning, if she's not on your program, you find somebody who is, and dump these ideals or ideas of race, because race is a social construct. We've been saying this a long time ago. So if you accept that race is a social construct, then move accordingly. Romello, I went to Japan again. I keep it quiet now. I make my moves. I got a lot of haters. I just got back from Japan again. Let me tell you something, man. And I'm glad I didn't forget to say this. Let me tell you something, man. For everybody ain't never been out of the country, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. When you leave the country, Black Americans are a super minority. A super minority. When you leave the country and you bump into a black person, 9 times out of 10, they will not be African American. Telling black Americans to limit themselves to black Americans is the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. It actually is a white supremacist ideal, and I'll explain to you. When white men from Europe, and understand Europe is a small motherfucker in the context of the world, they call it is a continent. Europe is not a continent. Get the fuck out of here. Kiss my ass with that stupid shit. England is small, Spain, all this shit grouped up in some little ass Europe. Yet these motherfuckers conquered the world because you know what they did? They spread their fucking seed. They went across waters on boats, and whatever little landmass they bumped into, they found some chicks and they skeeted in these bitches. And you know what they created? Whole new ethnicities of people that spoke their language and identified with them, the colonizer. Not too long ago, I made a video that said colonize Latin America. That was the title of the video, and a bunch of niggas got mad at me. Niggas get on their pro-black kick again. Understand, pro-black only exists in the context of black Americans, the smallest contingent of black people in the diaspora. We are the smallest. You leave the country. I've been to London, I've been to Japan, everywhere I've been to is black people. It's not black Americans, and these motherfuckers move around with every other race of woman with no issue. And the women ain't even tripping about it. They ain't tripping about it. Is there racism overseas? Yes, but not in the context of the dumb shit that we deal with over here. You weak, your mama black. When they over there, it's like, I'm on the train, I swear to God, I'm on the train, and this white girl is eyeballing me. This is in London. Eyeballing a nigga. Like, word. And I covered this already. Eyeballing me. It's not this shit that we're used to here. You know what I'm saying? Black men over there, 9 times out of 10, if they're not Caribbean, they are from the continent. And I bump in when I'm in Japan, I see African motherfuckers with the Japanese chicks, with the white girls. And it's not just them in Japan. It's a bunch of people from all over in Tokyo. Tokyo is one of them cities. It's just like New York. It's a lot of people from a lot of different places. And they mix like a motherfucker. And nobody says your mama black or your mama white or your mama Japanese or none of that shit. None of that shit is spoken over there. It's normal. You know who got you thinking it's an issue? Is your black mama. And every simp nigga that's female validated that has been taught the same shit as you. Why? Because these women can't move and intertwine the way you can. They can't do it. So they guilt trip you into limiting yourself to them as a dating choice. They limit you and they limit your dating choices to them, even if you don't even fit their standard of the man that they want. They'll tell a nigga that they ain't trying to date, ain't trying to fuck, ain't trying to marry, that he a weak nigga for not chasing them anyway. When you go into these countries and you meet these women, them dudes down there or them that culture ain't saying to those women, hey, your mama Dominican, your daddy Dominican, your daddy Thai, your daddy this, your daddy that. No, them women is like, yo, Whoever fit the bill, that's who I'm fucking with. The white man conquered the world with his dick. I tell people this shit all the time. Created colonies of new people who identified. You go to these places and they call themselves Spanish. They're not in Spain, but they speak Spanish. They identify with the colonizer. You figure if they was on some shit like us, they identify with whatever indigenous shit that they come from. But no, they identify with the colonizer, because the colonizer came down there, established whatever settlement state, whatever the fuck, and that's everybody who came after that. Because these women, those indigenous women, once they got taken by them colonizers, guess what? They married those men, and they had kids with them. They're like, oh, we fucking with these niggas, and they had kids by these colonizers, and those children had their children, and years later, and hundreds of years later, here we are calling these people Latin or Spanish or whatever, and they identify with that. And these are your same motherfuckers that'll vote against everything that you represent. They'll vote against everything that you represent. Because you look at these same people and they identify with the European. And in some cases, they've given white status. You look at a job application and you see white, Caucasian, Hispanic, Caucasian, Hispanic, or Black Hispanic, Caucasian, Hispanic. So that means this Hispanic person is a Caucasian. They are identifying with the colonizer. But niggas practice race loyalty to the smallest contingent of black people on planet Earth, which is Black American. If you don't understand, ADOS was a designation created for the reparations argument. It wasn't a dating standard, you motherfuckers. But because black women run the culture, they are telling you that their inability to date out should be your inability. If white men wanted black women, they would have had them, and they wouldn't give a fuck about your interracial dating. If non-black men wanted black women, they would not give a fuck about white women taking the good black men. They wouldn't give a fuck about the Asian. They wouldn't give a fuck about the Latina. They wouldn't give a fuck about it. You know who doesn't really give a fuck about interracial dating? White women, because people will fuck with white women, and that's why they don't care about white men going to the Latina women, going to the Asian women, or going to, who am I forgetting? Is it the Asian, the Latina? Because those are the biggest numbers, those two. White men date the Latinas and the Asians in huge numbers. And you don't see white women complain about it. You know why? Because white women do their own interracial dating. They're in demand. And if black women were in demand, they wouldn't give a fuck what white girl you was fucking with. Yes, Indian, Asian. Well, Asian is Indian. Let's keep it real. Asian is Indian. They wouldn't give a fuck about your interracial dating. But as a favor, and this is what Dr. Umar always talking about, the reason why he's against interracial dating is because, well, black women ain't got nobody to date. With all these non-black women here, non-black men here, black women don't got dating options. Isn't it what your pro-blacks on YouTube say also? Because of the diminished dating options for black women, we need to be race loyal, as if black men are the only dating option for black women, when you got all these other non-black men here. So why is that? Because them niggas ain't with it. They not with the shits. They see what's happening with us. You think they want that for them? White women voted for Trump. They voted for their man. They voted for their patriarchy. They don't want the Cardi B, the Meg Thee Stallion shit in their cipher. They don't want that in their culture. Who black men, as soon as they make it, they marry white women. Well, that's all that's around. Have you ever go to somewhere where the millionaires and billionaires at? Shaniqua ain't in that motherfucker. That's all that's there. And they doing the most for these motherfuckers. They white girls, Asian girls, Latinas, they in these spaces with these rich men. And if you're there, hey, you must be a rich man too, even though you're black. When you leave the country, you're not black, you're American. You're not black no more. You're American. They treat you like you're American. Shit is based on nations. This race identity that we have here, what we call it, this racial class system that we have in America. Understand, when you leave the country, that shit is not like that. It's about nations. So everybody that think they're gonna go to Africa and because everybody there black, they're gonna love you because you black. Understand that them motherfuckers got issues between them, and all the motherfuckers is black. You go to Asia, you got different countries in Asia that they all Asian and they all look, I guess it was better lack of words, they all look Oriental. I don't want to say Chinese. They all look, they have that look, but between nations, they dislike each other. They got their own beef. Shit. I go to Japan. I'm seeing on the news that Korea is firing the missiles off. Now, to the average motherfucker in here, the Korean and the Japanese motherfucker look alike. I said, for lack of a better word, motherfucker. He said, we're getting canceled. All I'm saying is, homogeneous people of different nationalities beef with each other, and then they want to point to us. Oh, there's disunity with black people. There's disunity with everybody. The world wars was about white people. It wasn't about us. These motherfuckers build big shit, Tony Stark shit, shoot at each other, not us. But just understand, the point is this: if you think you're going to leave this country and it's going to be about your skin tone more so than your nation, it's not about that. Stuart, I understand nationalism can be racialized, but on the grand stage, no, because people who look alike war with each other. People in Africa war with each other. People in Asia war with each other. Russia versus Ukraine. These motherfuckers look alike. They got issues with each other. Don't get it twisted. There's white gangs in America that bang on each other. Don't let them tell you all about the Bloods and Crips and they want to ignore the Aryan nation. You can disagree all you like. I've been to these countries. I'm sure that there's guys in here that have traveled. Shout out to Jamari. Shout out to you for that Cash App, brother. Says, keep up the good fight. Jamari81, what's good? Yes, always include your screen name in these cash outs, please. I don't want to call out people's government names unless you want your government name called out. But if unless it says otherwise, I ain't calling out government names. I'll just thank you and I'll read the note. Send the notes with the cash apps. I appreciate y'all. My point is this. That's how the white man won the world. Everywhere you turn, there's a European base for something. This shit here that we're sitting in was a European colony. America, the U.S., I should say, because America is a continent. The point is, That's where you get your race loyalty from. You get it from black women. Because that Virginia versus Loving ain't one no race loyalty. If white men wanted black women like they wanted Asian women, oh, forget about it. We'd be having a different conversation. We'd be having a different conversation. Race is a social construct. Now, to some extent, nations are too, but understand people are more tied to nations than they are to this idea of race. Because again, once you leave America, you bump into nationalism more than race differences. Because you got black and white people in a given nation, but you got the same, so-called race of people across nations either getting along or not getting along. According to this idea of race loyalty or racial unity, all of Asia should be in harmony. All of them should be in harmony. All of Asia should get along. The whole Africa should get along. The whole Europe should get along. People have differences and they're going to have those differences. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know if anybody wants to jump in here. I'm going to do a little quick panel because we've been here an hour and a half. But I want to talk to some people. Just keep it 100. I'm posting a link. Of course, there's more things that I want to get to, but I'm sure some of you got ideas. I can imagine already who's going to jump up in this motherfucker, but let's see. And there's the link, folks. This is SYSBM 4. Let me introduce myself because, again, I think that we have gotten lost with this manosphere shit. So I'm going to do the meosphere because, while I agree with a lot of shit that brothers are saying in here, man, is getting to the point where a lot of this shit, can't be controlled and is descending to a circus. Or it's about something that we didn't begin on. We didn't start here. We started with advocacy. A lot of guys were promoting self-improvement. And now these things has somehow taken a backseat, or it's gotten to a point where saying these things are slurs almost. You say self-improvement, and motherfuckers think you're judging them for not being what black women are demanding them to be. Understand, when I say self-improvement, I'm not holding you to a black woman standard. I'm holding you to a fucking self standard. Like, you have to have a self standard of manhood. When people say alpha this, alpha male, whatever, understand that there's a standard of manhood set by men to respect each other. It's not all about women. Get that gyno shit out of your head. The women respect men who the men respect. And that is the term, that's the definition of alpha. Women respect who the men respect. Niggas are going all out for the respect of women, and they're not being respected by men. These are the simp niggas. Women respect who other men respect. If a man is controlling the fucking room, how can a woman not respect that man? And he's controlling a room full of other men. That is what alpha is. Alpha ain't the nigga that's going all out to impress bitches. I appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a standard that you should want to meet, an adult standard that if I say, yo, maybe there might be an issue, especially if you're if people's perception of you is crazy, I'm thinking like, well, shit, maybe that there's some work to be done. Who doesn't want to improve? And so let me talk some of y'all niggas language. Okay, improve, right? You know what? How's the head? It's all right. It could be better. Yes. So all y'all want to talk about is some sex shit, some head or some pussy, whatever. Anything could be improved on. She got the best dick sucking skills in the world. Could it be better? Yes. Like she makes me nut in 30 seconds. Let's get that down to 10. There's always room for improvement. What's wrong with improvement? It's not for the woman with the 8 kids, with the 8 baby daddies. If that's your worldview, it's your issue. If you think improving oneself is limited to trying to impress those women, you need to go somewhere. You need a gyno detox, motherfucker. If everything to you is contextualized around what black women or women period want from you, then you need a detox. I'm not even mad at you. I understand how this culture affects men. I understand it. I understand how this culture affects men. Fucking Steve Harvey. This nigga done been married 5 times and telling the fucking same story. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk shit about Kevin Samuels. The motherfucker been married once. Steve been married 5 fucking times. All the men that these women listen to are not success stories in the relationship realm. They ain't. They losers in the relationship realm. You can't tell me how to be successful. You can tell me what not to do. If you got check this out. Don't think that guys who are unsuccessful can't tell you anything, because if they are failures, they are successful at failure, and you can learn how not to end up where they are. They can tell you what not to do. So listen for that. But they can't tell you how to win. They can just tell you how not to fail. Women, stop listening to Steve Harvey. Men, you already know. Ignore this nigga. He's the worst. This is 2023. You can't want to be modern and then still want old school niggas. No. Now, if y'all agree on that, that's cool. Man shows up, I'm gonna pay all the bills. Understand that you ain't gonna see that nigga. Especially not with way shit is going. If you want a man, help pay that nigga some of the bills for that nigga, or you gonna miss him. My man Leon says black women don't get with black men because they have money. Let that sink in. This gas has nothing to do with what you hear themselves saying on social media. Understand, listen. Black women have the same black dick fetish as everybody else. Black women, they fuck with black men because they have the same fetish that everybody else have. The same sex fetish for black men that everybody else has. First thing these niggas like, I don't want to self-improve. Why? Because Pookie ain't got to do it. Pookie is they black male sex fetish. You if you give a dude that perceived image, that image that all the women love, the super thug criminal shit, That's what they like. That's what they like. That's what they like. That's what they like. And they'll tell you that that's what they like. Now, if that's what they like, you can't change what they like, just like they can't change what you like. So let's stop talking about, oh, they like Poogie. Okay, they like Poogie. What do you want to do about it? I said on Facebook, adopt Pookie's qualities that they find attractive. You ain't got to be a criminal, but there's other shit about Pookie that they like. He's aggressive. A lot of these motherfuckers, they stay in shape, this and that and the other. They drip down or whatever the fuck. No, she must take me as I am. I'm not reducing my. Okay, then you already disqualified yourself, nigga, because that's the same shit they say when you tell them you're too big, lose weight. Why should I change? Nobody wants to change for the people they trying to attract. Yeah, motherfuckers are trying to catch fish with steak because you like steak. Should catch fish with worms because they like worms. Even you like worms are disgusting. They should like steak. Well, bitch, you ain't catching no fish. By the time a woman says that she want a man with money, hold on. Let's say, truth be told, black women don't care about money like that. They just want to rant about black men. They do care. They I understand where you're coming from though, Cortez. They care and they don't care. It depends on who the nigga is. Black women want to be compensated to date men that they're not attracted to. When they're attracted to a motherfucker, they don't give a fuck about money. If they can't get the motherfucker that they're attracted to, everybody else got to pay. Everybody else got to pay. So they care depending on who you are. It's about which version of woman you can get. Again, some people come out of the box, niggas on them, bitches on them, and some people need to add water. We got to guess. What's going on? This is Sparrow 1411. Talk to me. Oh, this is Ray S. What's going on, man?
Good evening. How are you?
You're gonna be all polite, man. What's going on, brother?
You know I
Good
talk
evening.
shit.
Good evening. How are you, sir? And are you having a pleasant evening tonight?
Cheerio.
Oh, yes, cheerio. Hello, cheerio. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. You know what's going on, man? You know I called in. You said my name, so I popped up. You know where'd you leave off at?
No, basically what I'm talking about right now is at the end of the day, they talking about what women are attracted to if they want guys with money. I think the last talking point was if they like you, money is less important than if they don't.
Yeah.
If the guys that they're attracted to, and I'm speaking on black women in particular, shit, it might go for all women. But, women, if they're attracted to you, they find you attractive, and that's just not physically attractive. If you're all around attractive to them, you know what I'm saying, then they will overlook what you don't have. We see it every day. Now, if you ain't that, then you got to pay. These chicks, hey, Romello, all right, no doubt, Romello, I see you. These chicks will charge everyone else that they don't like to be with them. It's just what it is.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the game. We didn't create this game, okay? This game was given to us at birth. So there's nothing you could do about that. And I like to back up what you say with a little story. You know, I got stories. So I'm waiting for a girl at the train station, Bart in the Bay. And it's this obviously homeless dude, but he looks in shape. And these girls pulled up on him. Like, hey, where you going? The nigga was homeless.
They about to get this nigga home. Go ahead.
Yeah. They're gonna try to clean him up, take him down to job services, whatever the fuck, whatever employment, or maybe pay for this nigga to get on the bus to go somewhere with his black ass. But they want that dick, okay? So they do go by looks, okay? All creatures go by looks. Like I think the robin, the bird, they go by the color of the chest. The redder the chest, the more breasts that nigga sucks on. So you can't change the game.
Imagine, gentlemen, everybody in the chat. Imagine you walking down the street, and, you know, niggas ain't gonna keep it real, but I'm gonna say this, and there's gonna be some funny shit. You walking down the street, you see a homeless woman pushing, you know, one of those shopping carts with a bunch of bullshit in it, right? But she got the small waist with the crazy fat ass, right? And she got the short, like she got the top that's cut short so you can see her abs, but she's pushing a shopping cart on the street, right? Now, I already know niggas gonna lie, right? They gonna, bitch got on spandex and there's shadow work like under. She got the under ass shit. Her shit is so crazy, right? And she's pushing one of those homeless shopping carts down the street. This is like Patrice saying, you know, like the homeless chick in the alley or whatever. How many of these niggas you think is going to try to clean this bitch up and take her home like, hey, you ain't got to be out here on these streets. Like, come fuck with me.
Can I chime in?
Absolutely.
Yo, man, I've been to Skid Row in LA, dog.
Facts. I've been there. There's some terrible shit down there. But
terrible shit. But this is like the 90s. This is before the terrible, terrible times of today, right? Niggas were there was nasty niggas that would see a bad bitch down there because she may be a daughter living in one of the little SROs down there or whatever, you know, shelters. You know, she's still in shape. Niggas, these grimy niggas would pop at her. You know what I'm saying? She got on her Uggs. This is before Uggs were popular because they started in California. So, you know, this is way back. Yeah, niggas, I've seen it. Niggas popped at her. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, niggas don't have standards, but they want to act like they have high standards in public just to save face. And hey, more power to you.
But I mean, it's just nature. Like, again, like you said, like it's attraction, right? Like the chicks that want to pick up the bummy nigga, he ain't got no money, but if he got all the aesthetic of the nigga they looking for, they gonna try to work it out.
Yeah. And Denzel will be nobody without Paulette. Denzel was a broke motherfucker. A nigga named Harry O, who's a major drug dealer in California, gave him his first shot. And Paulette, most of you niggas may not know what she looks like. I don't know. Google her. She's a pretty attractive black woman for black man standards. That is, you know, normal everyday black man. I know you niggas got these, you know, exotic standards. But bottom line is, Paulette cleaned up Denzel because he was about to drop out of Fordham University. You know what I'm saying? And handled her business with him. And now look where he's at today.
Well, at least he was trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like, it's niggas that ain't got nothing going for them. And long as they tall enough, it's like, yo, bro, how many times, like, you know, like I tell people, I say height is the fat ass for women. Yeah. Like if a nigga is 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4", that nigga be goofy, ugly as shit. But as long as he tall, they ignore that, right? It's just like, yo, you see a chick in the hood, like faces fucking beat to death, hair naughty and shit, but her ass is crazy. If her ass is looking like Cherokee, the ass niggas will ignore all that. Yo, she could be walking with the cheapest dress on, with the hole in it, pushing a baby carriage. Her hair's crazy and naughty and dry, and her face look like Shanae, nigga. And if her ass look like the Cherokee, the ass, niggas is gonna holler, nigga. Let's stop playing.
I'm telling you, nigga, I had this one bitch. I went on her, I pulled up on her from behind at the club. And when I said she had an ass, she had an ass. But when she turned around, nigga, straight McGilla gorilla, nigga.
Right.
But I can't lie, nigga. Because this is something I'll tell you that my father taught me, which is unhealthy. But dog, I didn't make the game. I just play it. My father told me, man, you need to practice on these donkeys so you're ready for the thoroughbred.
Oh, wow. Yo, it's Chaos, bro. What's going on?
Yo, it's good, man.
What's that, the new logo you got in there?
It's everything's changed every constant time. I don't keep things the same, as you could tell.
So before we get into the conversation, can you like tell me what's going on? Because I see the logos and everything like that. At first, I thought it was like a flag for a country, man. But like, what is the meaning behind that?
It's the chaos rain symbol, chaos and rain, as you see the C and R. And with the order at which the world you live in today, as you see, it's very much subliminal messaging. As you tell, sometimes you might see a serpent, sometimes you might see like a weapon. It is many to the symbol. I don't go into too
So
much detail. But yeah,
right.
go ahead.
So what we saying right now, we talking about aesthetics and shit like that. Cause we went from advocacy to this to that. And now we talking about women's attraction. And because that's what it seems to be like the recurring theme in this motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
What women like, what they don't like, and what I talked about interracial and shit like that. What black women wouldn't give a fuck about interracial if their ability to date out was better than it is, right? So
yeah.
like just let's keep it real. But now he was talking about a homeless guy on the street, which I had a theory. I always said you never see. I said types of people you never see homeless on the street. I used to tell my man this: a dude that's above 6'2"
Okay.
and a bitch with a banging body. You never see these people homeless on you can count how many. If you do see them homeless, ain't much of them. They really want to be homeless. If you see him homeless, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be chicks that's gonna get this nigga a place to stay. It's gonna be niggas trying to get this motherfucker off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. So um that's where we at with it right now. Let me ask you a question, right? Before you go into that, where do you think, as far as like the message that's being told on this platform on YouTube by this space, where do you think we are with it? Do you think that we're accomplishing anything, or do you think that and when I mean that, I don't mean in terms of the community or anything like that. What direction you think that this is going in? I should ask.
To be honest with you, you said earlier that niggas want to be entertained. Enough more, enough less. We all people that are scholars, they should have bigger channels than everybody else, but they're at a certain what they call a struggling channel slash under 100K subs, right? And notice they provide much more because they're well qualified. They are educated in regards to doctor's degree, and they have done the research in regards to male advocacy, black male advocacy. They should have a bigger chance than a lot of us, personally.
Right. I think that the shout out to all the guys that are on YouTube and making content that and this shout out goes out to especially my man Rob, that's Black Light Revelations. That when I say this, I mean like guys who are true to their content regardless of how many subs or unsubs it gets them. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I think that a lot of guys, they come on here with the intention on delivering a message that is meaningful to them, but in order to build the channel, they have to kind of divert from that, right? They got to kind of divert from that to kind of get the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And what the audience wants is not necessarily um you know productive to the goal or the message that they're trying to put across. They kind of have to get away from it, and that's kind of why I'm starting from scratch. I'm trying to get back to what got me here in the first place, and that's really man, this again, this is about that uncut raw, not just red pill shit, but like this uncompromising masculinist point of view. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
masculinist point of view where it's like, yo, this we didn't come here to coon, we didn't come here to simp, we didn't come here to negotiate and try to meet motherfuckers in the middle and negotiate our manhood and masculinity with nobody and to meet nobody's standard of manhood. We ain't here for that. That's what we did. We did that already. This is really about telling the world, like, yo, we on our own shit. This is how we get down, and we gonna do what the fuck we want and whatever works for us. This is about um solutions. We know the problems already. We know female nature. We know the matrix. We know about racism. We know all of that stuff. Let's stop doing the shit that didn't work before. All this aligning with a political party or this or whatever, all that shit, it didn't work before. The last generation did the shit that a lot of these niggas is trying to do. Yo, if you dress like this and you talk like this and you in step with this and you believe in this and you move like this and all this other shit, then maybe you'll be accepted or validated or seen as a fully grown adult human male. And when that shit doesn't work and it fails, then you say fuck it, and then the next generation is doomed to do the same thing. Maul just jumped in. What's going on, Maul?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening, bro?
Nothing much. Nothing much. It's like when we get into these conversations, like one of the things that I noticed that happens is we get very binary. And so it's either this or it's that. And what happens is you have a situation where on one side you have guys that are like, which you mentioned is like, I don't want to improve because of this is the standard of people or women that are out there. And it's like, I'm not going to do this work for them. And then you have on the other side a situation where let me phrase it this way. For a lot of black men, because of how they're raised by their mothers, we don't really have a good understanding of what a good woman is. So you think that if I do certain things, I can get her to be malleable to me. All right. And so when guys, that's a underlining operating system for a lot of black dudes. It's like if I do certain things, I can get her on my program, not understanding that these people have their own characters, personalities, and things like that. So you have those type of dudes that are like, if you do these and these improvements, it's like you can get the results that you want, which is not necessarily true. And you have a situation where you have two sides of that spectrum. And so it's like you're either in this camp or that camp. And what I'm hearing from you is it's like it's more nuanced than that in terms of, if you want something and you want to attract it, this is what you need to do. All right. So that's what I'm getting from this conversation right now.
Well, black men are constantly being lied to and dragged in different directions, trying to get either respect or some sort of humanity by different groups of people, and then it becomes an infight, between us, either between other races of people or the establishment or even our women. It becomes an infight over who you side with and what the solution is for the problem that we're having when none of these people are on our side. We have no friends. I've been saying this from the beginning. We have no friends, and people looking at it like, I guess the idea is if you can't beat them, join them, but you can't join them. They will not allow you on. It's like trying to join the mob and not be an Italian. You can't,
Exactly.
right? You can't. Beretta, nah, what's good, bro? You can't join them. You can play up to white people, but you'll never be a white person and enjoy white privilege. You could play up to black women, you could play up to feminism. It's not you see what feminists do to motherfuckers who play up to them, and then the first thing they catch them in, they destroy them, they eat their own. And I see some of that type of stuff happen here where we eat our own, but all I see is black men getting on different platforms and arguing with each other over who you know's program is going to lead us to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the white girl, whether it be the Republican Party or conservatives or whatever the case may be, none of these motherfuckers give a fuck about you. if they did, it would have been demonstrated already. It would have been demonstrated already. Niggas, you have no friends. Nobody's coming to save you. Save your fucking self. And I've been saying this shit from the beginning. And you got to be cold, hard about what you get out of it. Like, these women, when they come to what they want, they're savages.
Yeah.
They're savages. And niggas ain't savages. Niggas are the you know, pretty much like the Democrats. And the bitches are the Republicans. The bitches are like, fuck that. I want what I want. I don't give a fuck. Da 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 da. Yada yada yada. And niggas is doing, well, how can we meet in the middle? Like, bitch,
Well,
niggas, right?
mm,
Huh?
it was like because you have a situation where they are willing to push for their self interest while dudes are trying to be like the good, the good dudes, right? And so you basically, it's almost like you fighting with a handicap on purpose so that you don't like you don't seem like you're a bad guy, pretty much. So
Right?
that's
Because
all. Yeah,
niggas are shame sensitive,
yeah.
right? Right. Hey, Reyes,
Yes.
speak up, brother.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For the young man, when you say you have to live up to a certain standard and you try and it doesn't work, what do you mean? I mean, if I misinterpreted you, please forgive me.
Oh no, that's like there's a certain standard that you have men have with each other and for themselves. What I
Mm-hmm.
mean is like you living up to a standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the product or the reward for doing that in terms of like your counterpart is not there. So it's like you have guys that are like, I'm not doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for example, um, they are only willing to work part time or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and um, how is it best put that? It's like only willing to work part time, not trying to advance. They're very comfortable in terms
Yeah.
of how they live in, and they're not willing to do that extra, right? Because they're disillusioned, pretty
So
much. That's what I'm saying.
so do you see that as a problem?
I do see that as a problem. I think I
Okay.
see both sides as a problem.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it's like we get into this binary of it's either you're in this one camp or you're in this other camp, and whenever you hear dudes like Marcus, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you get triggered because they automatically assign you to one of these compartments, which both are, I don't see them as helpful, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Can I chime in? The only
Sure.
thing I could say from what I can understand is if their standards are reasonable, try to reach for them. It's not that hard. These women are not that hard to get. The only thing for all you young men, the best thing to do is improve your mouth game. Improve your ability to dialogue with a woman. And don't be afraid to use the word bitch. Okay? They like that shit. Believe it or not. I couldn't believe that shit. You know, you laugh because you know I'm telling the truth. And for all you young men, I would advise you read some books. Like I don't want to recommend this book, but it's full of game. It's called Pimp by Iceberg Slim. It gives you the lowest common denominator knowledge of how to deal with these bitches. Okay. And then you move along to the Art of War, the Art of Peace, and of course the 48 Laws of Power. You guys are very intelligent in this circle, so I know you know these books. You have to gain the knowledge, and of course,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, not to go off course, but also Machiavelli. Study that guy. One of his most famous sayings is, give them the glory, keep the money. That means give them what they want, but keep your heart in relation to bitches. I know that was a poor translation, but bottom line is learn how to talk to these women. That's all you have to do, really, and play the law of numbers. The more numbers you get, and I don't mean phone numbers, but the more women you talk to, the higher your success rate. But of course you can't go overboard. You have to be more selective. And I can say for myself, I didn't practice that too well. I just gave you the quote my father taught me, which sent me down many different roads. But excuse me, I'm sorry to bore you, Marcus. But bottom line is, yeah, holla at these bitches. You know, they're really simple. I mean, women, excuse me. I'm so uncivilized and I'm too old for this. But women are very easy to satisfy, especially black women. I know they say all this stuff like they have high standards, right? But that's really a front, okay? It's really a front. I just gave you the.
It depends on what you're coming to the table with. I think that this is what I say, and I don't disagree with most of what you said, but it depends on who's coming and doing that, because the same strategy ain't gonna work for all niggas. It's not an across the board. And that's the problem with the game coaches, is that they tell all niggas, all you got to do is this. Like every dude, they just has to follow that formula and it's gonna work. Understand that you are the defining factor in what strategy is going to work over another strategy. Some dudes got to do different things based on, again, whether they're out the box attractive or if they got a little bit more struggles than the next man. So for some, while I do agree with the ability to communicate with females as a strategy, I think that I wouldn't say that's the end all be all for everyone. Some niggas ain't even gotta talk. Some niggas, again, we mentioned the homeless motherfucker that's tall, is ripped and shit like that. That motherfucker can say gobbledygook and he'll be getting his dick sucked later after the hose down. Right. So what I'm saying is, I agree with you. And again, I just think that this idea that guy doesn't have to do what you're telling me to do is faulty, because the world is not equal. Every man ain't created equal, and every woman is not looking at every man under the same premise, because every man ain't got what is attracted to women intrinsically. You don't come out the game, out the box. Not everybody looks like what women are chasing, right? So it's like the difference between if you're selling Hondas and selling Maseratis. If you're selling a Maserati, you ain't got to talk as much. If you're selling a Honda, if you're selling a used Honda, you got to talk some more. But Red Nas says you need a mouthpiece regardless, and I agree with him. I'm just saying that it's not limited to that. Like any nigga, like motherfucking Beetlejuice is gonna walk up, spit some hot fire game, and get all the bitches on any bitch, and that's not how that shit works. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, there's a lot more that comes with it, that depending on who you are, you might have to add more salt, more water, and more sugar to the mix. Some motherfuckers come pre-made, so they come pre-mixed, you know, what they call it, I forgot what they call it,
pre-packaged,
but there's a word that the game people use. They call it pre, I forgot what it. I know it starts with pre, but at the end of the day, man, if you ain't got bitches on your head, all in your face, that means you got to add water. And what I mean by water is, there's work you got to do. You can't just complain about the bitches not fucking you. Now, mind you, I always say this, after everything you said, this is what I tell niggas. Pre-selected, right? So if you do everything Reyes says or everything that I say, and none of that works for you, then you got to holler at a different type of female.
Yeah, just move on. And can I chime in? Okay, so let's get solution based like you are, and I love that. So let's break it down into categories. So for you fat dudes, make sure you can cook. Okay, have some food ready. I mess with the thickest of girls, and they will come over after they fuck with the fat dude who made the gumbo. Okay,
why not tell a fat dude lose weight?
I'm down with that. I'm just giving you solutions. He can't lose weight tomorrow, but he wants pussy tomorrow, right?
Maybe he can't have pussy tomorrow.
Man, don't do that to the little niggas. Give them hope. See, here we go to do it.
I don't sell hope. I keep it 100, man.
No, but look, the hope I'm selling is not empty hope. It's I just told you, like, the fat dude would beat me out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm not going to feed your big booty ass. Because obviously back in the days, they didn't have BBL. So if she got a big butt, she got a little gut. Okay, but she had a huge ass. But bottom line is,
can saying all the fat niggas is cooking well, is getting pussy based off cookies. You gonna bring a bad bitch to your crib, and she gonna be ready to fuck because you Gordon Ramsay in this motherfucker.
No. Oh no. Wait, I don't get what you just said. Can you repeat yourself?
No, so you turn into Gordon Ramsay, and she gonna overlook your weight. That's like telling these women, just be a good woman and you gonna get you a rich man or this and that. Like is hope. I don't want to do that. Hope is not a strategy.
In the first place, men weren't sold a Disney fantasy. That's why women think they could come however they like and we accept them. Okay, we wasn't fed that fantasy, so we can't live by that fantasy. So let them live in their fantasy land. They're gonna, you know, end up alone most likely. But that's another story. But let me get to the other solution.
Oh, go ahead. Well, niggas are sold the fantasy, but go ahead, continue.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you what the fantasy is after.
Yeah, please tell me, because we'll most likely agree. We'll most likely agree. So for the short dude, keep your hair cut. You know what I'm saying? Keep your skin clear. You know what I'm saying? Stay in shape. You know, for the ugly dude, find a talent. You know, pick up a guitar, paint, nigga, write poetry, nigga. I wrote poetry like a motherfucker, nigga. Oh man, what else? So you got the fat dude, the short dude, the ugly dude. What other package makes a man non-pre-selected? I can't think of any others. You guys can help me out. But bottom line, my main point is get in where you fit in. Okay? Of course, it's a headache trying to, you know, please these bitches, because you're not gonna please them. That's another thing. No matter what the fuck you do. Nigga, Jordan couldn't keep Juanita happy, okay? So it's like, dog, fucking Robert De Niro couldn't keep his bed wench happy. So no matter what you do, you're not gonna keep them happy forever, at least, you know. But do what you can do to get what you can get, and if you can't get that bitch, go on to the next bitch. It's not complicated, you know. And when you talk, and another thing, if you guys approach these girls, like, especially if you're solo, like say it's 2 or 3 girls, talk to all of them at once. You know the one you want. You know the one you want, but don't focus on her. Just talk to all of them. And the one you want will either come to you or you get the one coming off the bench. Either way, you're gonna get some pussy. Okay? And I'm not trying to make this totally about getting pussy. I'm just offering solutions because I know what it's like out here. I'm not the prettiest motherfucker. Okay, I'll be the first one to tell you that shit.
Yo, I'm laughing because Stuart D. Knight, he says, if you ugly and you write a poem to a bitch, she gonna think you're a stalker. Yo, over here cracking up.
Bitches want you to stalk them, nigga. They want a bugaboo. But they want a bugaboo, nigga.
Nigga like, your eyes looking like moon pools on your face, bitch. Like,
you niggas are funny, but to stick to what he said. What he say? If you ugly and write a poem, a bitch is gonna think you're a stalker. A bitch wants you to stalk her, nigga. She wants you to hound you, nigga.
Let me read this poem I wrote. Let me read.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm ugly and I want you. Let's get to your Pookie and Ray Ray argument you guys have had since the beginning. Look here, man. All creatures are hardwired to admire a live wire. Okay, so no matter whether male or female, we all are attracted to someone who's kind of prone, or someone who's aggressive. That's why we like the Scarface movie. That's why we liked all the mob movies. Okay, so quit that Pookie and Ray Ray talk, because you know, and for the female is even more significant. You know, they're really hardwired to like them because they want to feel protected. I know you shouldn't dive head first.
The reason. I'm sorry to cut you off. The reason why niggas be I hate these sorts of conversations because it turns me into Mr. Game Coach, and then this shit becomes about game coaching. The reason why niggas are losing with females is because y'all niggas try to be nice. Let's get to the fucking meat of the argument. You know what I'm saying? And they try to be nice is because the women told them that they like nice niggas, and where you fail is that you listen to that. Stop listening to somebody said if you listen to instructions on how to fish from a sea bass, you ain't gonna catch nothing. Stop listening to women's advice and watch who they go after. These women are getting BBLs and tit jobs and all this shit because they watching niggas go after the bitches with the fat asses and the big titties. They watching. They not asking y'all niggas what y'all like. They're looking at who y'all are chasing, and then they turn into that bitch, the ones that are smart. The other ones who don't get no niggas, they complain and say, oh, y'all don't want me because I'm overweight. Well, look what we chasing. Well, y'all shouldn't want them. Don't tell us what we shouldn't want. Become the bitch that we do want. And I'm going to tell you niggas, become the nigga that the bitches want. If you can't do that, then do something else or chase a different type of female. At the end of the day, we know what the women want. There's certain things that you can do to get closer to that standard than others. You can't become tall. There's other things that you can't do. But at the end of the day, look, you talking about how Pookie treat the women like she need to like you because you treat her better, but you trying to treat her better as a way to attract her. It's not working. Why would the fuck you keep doing the shit that ain't working? Because in your head, you are more righteous than him. You're better than him. You're a more moral. You're a morally superior person to him, and therefore you should be getting the women. Nigga, you're wrong. That's not what they're attracted to, and you can't bring yourself to be an asshole. And that's the real fucking problem. We talk about women on this motherfucker all the time and how this and that, and they got this and this and this, but then y'all want to treat these bitches like princesses. You understand what I'm saying? And you think that that's going to win for you. You know, you got all these R&B records in the culture also, Ray, is that, you know, you got all these R&B niggas, baby, please play baby, please to these bitches. And that what nigga that gets in niggas' mind. Then they watch a movie where the corny nigga get the bitch at the end and all of that shit. And this is what they learn. They learn, you know what? In real life, if I try and be nice and bring flowers and candy and all this other corny shit, that these chicks are gonna like me. Nigga, y'all niggas better learn. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck, man. No matter how you think that these chicks ain't shit because they like to be abused, like to be shit talked to, they like to be catcalled. They like to, like he said, they like to hear the word bitch. They like all of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all niggas like, no, I don't want to do any of that. These chicks like,
is that the fantasy you were talking about?
What's that?
You remember you said you're gonna tell us about the fantasy, like there's the women are sold the Disney fantasy, and you're saying we're sold the fantasy.
That's part of it. The part is, and what's his name said it earlier. Part of it is you're sold the fantasy of if you do all this shit, you're gonna get a woman that's loyal to you. You're gonna get a woman that's all yours. You're gonna get a woman that's going to treat you right and love you and this and that and the other. And niggas are doing the most because they want that love. They want to get a nice house and some kids, and they want a woman that'll love them and bake them some cookies and all of that shit. And all they got to do is work hard and pay all the bills and this and that and the other. And that's what that woman would do as long as you, quote unquote, treat her right, which is very subjective. That's the dream that niggas are sold. And they're saying, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't want to do this, do that. And this is what a man is. And then they go out and do that shit and they fucking fall on their ass. And then they end up in this motherfucker talk about they red pill. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Your mama, your sister, and your cousins lied to you, okay? And
your mama and your cousin too.
They lied to you. Them bitches want you to call them bitches too. Tell her
down the strip on Vogue,
slapping hoes like yo. Yeah, man. But your mama, your sister, your older cousin, all of them lied to you that trying to make them happy doesn't work. The reasons I gave those solutions were to start out as a base. You know, if they can't deal with that, then fuck them. And yeah, I'm not saying call a woman a bitch outright. I will never do that. And I grew up listening to Too Short, but that word should always be on the ready, okay? And I'm not saying use it just haphazardly.
I'm not saying don't use it.
I know you use the word bitch, boy. Boy. And I
Use the
don't
word
like
bitch
it.
tonight.
Shit, I used it earlier. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, I'm listening, bro.
And they laughed and they'll chuckle, okay? Because and you have to deal with that word or this behavior on a case-by-case basis. Because I can't lie, I've used this behavior with the wrong woman, and they were good girls, and that didn't work. So make sure the stats and the profile matches that behavior too. You know, but don't get me wrong. The same girl I said that wasn't aligned with that behavior, if you get in good with her or whatever, you know, once you get with her, yeah, you may have to use that language, okay? Because it's in them, okay? I don't know why, and I suspect it's from the way their mamas talk to them, okay? The mamas, you know, I've seen this, I've heard this, okay? The mamas call them that, so they're used to that shit.
Chaos.
Yeah. Yes. Good.
Yeah, man. You know, you not chime in, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not ready yet. I was sitting back listening. I'm gonna chime in a bit.
So more. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so one, I wanted to piggyback on what you were saying, but before that, you know, one of the issues that I have is, especially when you're talking about like game coaches and things like that, is they operate as if women are like a force neutral. You know, they're just waiting for like a physical stimuli or some type of stimuli to act upon them, and then that's the direction that they'll go. All right, and so that they have their own thought processes of how they view things in terms of their character and like and personality, right? And you just coming along and it's like, you know, because of my alphaness, it's like I'm gonna somehow convert her to be on my program. I don't know if that's necessarily true. The way I see it is almost like minstrel behavior, where it's like you playing peekaboo with a baby to keep them from crying and Breaking Bad, right? And so that's like one of the issues that it's like I do have with that understanding. The other thing I wanted to tap on was how you were mentioning rom-coms and how that conditions men, and y'all went in the direction that I was thinking already in terms of like from inception, you know, when you're a boy, it's like you're being raised or conditioned, socialized, you know, groomed by your mom to be the type of dude that would have saved her, right? And so you have a lot of men who have this almost deep mode of operating, and it's kind of hard to come out of it, you know.
And what
And
do you mean
so,
by oh, sorry.
go ahead.
What do you mean by menstrual? Like, what do you
Menstrual,
mean? Yeah, you said something like,
menstrual, menstrual is in terms of like it's almost you're doing a performance to keep this person from, you know, keeping them entertained and detained so that they don't do something out of that will upset the apple cart.
okay,
Right? So you're being a performer,
okay.
right?
Well, all of the world is a stage, and
Yeah.
we're just mere actors. Okay. I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I didn't mean to come across like you have to put on an act. It's not necessarily.
No.
Oh,
This is not against you. It's
okay.
like, all right, because I do get where y'all coming from. It's more nuanced in terms of what y'all saying. You're saying like, you know, you're looking at your target, and it's like you're catering yourself to that so that you can get the results that you want.
Yeah, because that's what
But
women do. That's what women do ultimately. They like what I've seen, especially in the younger generation. They have like they have a good long game. Like they could put on a longer act than my generation or the previous generation. Because I used to date a lot of older women too, and they didn't put on this act as long as the younger generation. So that's what women do. Because the world is about either you're predator or prey. That's just the bottom line. I can't really change the world. We can try to change the world, but it's you're either predator or prey, especially when it comes to these women. That's why I appreciated BGS's, I'm not BGS's, but GG's show on these women are predators and stuff. So if you want to outsmart a predator, you have to be a predator.
Right. A lot of niggas can't bring themselves to be predators. Like this is idea that because you're a guy, right? Like the women are the prey and the man is the predator. But in actuality, like because like I said, I've been in the environments, the adult entertainment shits and all that shit, the underground parties, the clubs and shit like that, and I've seen women be aggressive towards men for their money and this and that, and they just take these niggas bread, shit like that. And you would think that in that situation of that dynamic, that men being the ones with the money, because people say money is power, but no, power is given. And you got men who are sitting there with all the money and they become weak in the presence in the presence of these females. And the thing is, the guys who we're telling, yo, you need to stop being nice and stop doing this and stop being a nice guy and stop being a pushover and shit like that, these are prey. These men are prey, right? Simps are prey.
Mm-hmm.
You can't teach a sheep how to be a wolf. You can't do it, right? So you're telling them this, and the sheep have a worldview that being a wolf is wrong, and they look at the wolves as you're wrong, but the wolves are eaten, right? The wolves are eaten, and the sheep are being eaten. And while the sheep are being eaten, and they see sheep being eaten, they won't let go of the worldview that the wolf approach to life is immoral, right? So they're looking at it like, well, I can't be like that for that purpose. They think, well, even if it were to give me the success that you're saying or the success I see you getting from it, I think it's wrong. It's not in me to do. It's beneath me. And I can't bring myself to be this wolf when it comes to these women or just life in general. And understand that women, when they see that you're soft with them, they look at you as if your approach to life is soft and that you are a sheep, and women want wolves. They feel like, yo, if I can manipulate this guy, he's gonna bend over backwards for me, then the world is gonna treat him this way. He's not gonna be as aggressive or as go-getter as that wolf ass nigga over there.
Yeah.
You understand? And when I debate niggas and they talk about confidence and things like that, understand like your energy, right? There's ugly niggas out here that get women.
Oh yeah.
There's short dudes out here that get women. There's any, like you said, any non-select feature that a man may have. There's dudes out here that get women. Now, does it all work to the same degree? No. But at the end of the day, like there's something about those guys where you see them moving, not just with women, but in the world, like even with other guys, like 50 Cent in New York. And I ain't talking about the rapper. I'm talking about the ganger.
Oh,
Gangster.
yeah. He was a midget.
He was a little nigga, but they had to get him because he was a problem. He was a problem. He was scared of this dude, and they had to catch up with him and kill him because he was a problem. So, when you have, for lack of a better term, the heart of a lion, men and women see that, and it turns women on because it makes them feel like, yo, like this nigga could conquer the earth. He can conquer the world, and in the black woman's view, conquer the hood. And I could be around this nigga, feel safe, and yada, yada, yada. Right? So when you're selling that, it wins. But again, you got dudes who are sheep, and they think to move like that is immoral. They think that that's wrong, to be overly aggressive or overly ambitious or whatever. That's not who I want to be. I can't look in the mirror at myself being this way. So I'd rather take the L than to turn into that person. Why should I change into that person for this? I'd rather change the women and what they're attracted to so I could stay who I am. And that doesn't work. You could change who you are. I want to address Beretta 9. He wants to buy a wrench. I don't know if I sell wrenches. Should I sell riches, niggas?
Why not?
I should sell riches.
Nah.
Shout out to Beretta Nine. I'm gonna get back to you, Beretta Nine. So the Stuart D. Knight says many of the men in this space can't comprehend the asshole concept because they are naturally passionate. Some women sense that and think you're weak for being so. The trick is to take that passion, learn how to convey it to the woman as something she needs. Women want passion once you're fucking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, Marcus, what are your thoughts on tricking? It's all tricking. It's all tricking.
But hold on.
Right. Go ahead.
But you know, I was raised to hate tricks, so I have an issue with tricks. Yes, it's all tricking. Either way, you're going to come out the pocket. I don't care if it's for a 50-cent pack of gum for her ass or for your funky breath. Okay, so you're gonna come out the pocket. But when it comes to tricking, I blame Lil Wayne for normalizing it with the whole "it's not tricking if you got it."
He ain't the first to do that shit.
No, but he's the one who made up "it ain't tricking if you got it." No, even
you
if
remember them Atlanta niggas, they made a song called "It Ain't Tricking If You Got It."
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's some niggas. They was there and then they was gone.
They're known for tricking because there's a lot of women down there, so they're going to have to pay for the pussy.
Make it rain, tricking, BMF, making it rain. All listen. How do I feel about it? Look, when you have to define tricking because different dudes got different definitions of the word.
Can I define it for you then?
Well, before you say it, I need to know his context because sometimes when they say tricking, they mean buying pussy, and then sometimes they mean just giving bitches gifts for no reason at all. And you know, I would have to. I know what my definition is, and you can give your definition, but I want to know Beretta not before I answer him, so I can understand what the question he's asking me is. What are my thoughts on tricking? I need to know what his definition of tricking is, so I can answer him correctly. So get first before he does that, Reyes, what is your definition of tricking? It might be mine.
Okay, my definition of tricking is paying for pussy. Of course, that's tricking. Okay. The next one is giving random gifts for no reason to get the pussy. Okay. And, you know, just going above and beyond for no reason, especially if you already got the pussy. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with buying a girl a gift for her birthday. Okay. There's nothing wrong with spending money on a date. I said a $60 limit. Okay. Of course, you know, that sets the bar low, and I like it there for the beginning. And if you could really work it out, try to get a cup of coffee with her ass. I see this whole Ruth Chris phenomenon going on the internet. Yeah, it's a restaurant or Nobu.
Nah, come on, man. I know what Ruth Chris is, man.
Okay. And the whole
I haven't seen this. You said there's a phenomenon.
Like they putting skits out. Like I want to go to Ruth Chris, or they're saying it online. I just see it on Facebook when I go on there. I try to stay off the timeline, but you just see it, you know. And then you know the next one is the Nobu craze, you know. If you go to Nobu, yeah, you're gonna spend some money, okay. And don't get me wrong, I haven't stuck to my rule. I've had to fuck. There fine bitches out there, and hey, you do what you got to do. But that's my definition of tricking, okay? And I stick by it. I have yet to pay for pussy, and I won't pay for pussy, okay? That's an absolute no. Okay?
So okay. It's interesting that last part you just said, right? Yeah. Where I differ. When I say I differ, this is what I mean. I'm not saying that I pay for pussy. What I'm saying is I have less of a problem with niggas paying for pussy under the premise of they just directly paying for it than spending money hoping to fuck.
Oh, okay.
Right. So just understand this, right? And let's just go straight rational. Fuck all those ideas we got in male pride and all this other shit. Would you go to the restaurant that if you pay for food, you're gonna get food? Or would you go to the restaurant that if you give them some money, they might give you some food?
Of course, the former. I'm gonna go with the guaranteed dish. Yeah, I got you.
So the guaranteed dish, you know you're gonna eat. If I go to McDonald's and I give them a Big Mac, it's not a tip, it's not a gratuity, it's not a donation. It's money for the fucking burger, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you're younger, you look at it like, you know what, my game will get that, and I get that, but and again, this is not something that I do, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna go on the logic of the argument, I think that it logically makes more sense to get what you're paying for as opposed to paying and hope that you get it, right? So to me, if tricking is defined by paying for pussy, my feelings on that is, if you get the pussy that you're paying for, I don't have a problem with it. Because some dudes have more money than time, right?
Oh
They
yeah,
ain't got
yeah,
the
yeah.
time to go and date and this and that, whatever. But paying for a date to get pussy, if that's the tricking you're talking about, I got an issue. I got more of an issue with that than I got with the tricking that's defined as paying for pussy. And it's because you got too many females going out getting free meals and free this and free that, in dangling the promise of pussy over niggas' heads, and getting all of this shit, and niggas go home mad. If and I want to address the chat. If y'all niggas could have every dime back that y'all spent on a fuck attempt, how much would you have?
Yeah.
How much would you have if you said, you know what, fuck my ego, there's a bad bitch right there, I'm gonna pay her to smash, right? As opposed to, now, again, I ain't talking about you're dating because you want this to be your woman. I'm talking about dating on some, I'm trying to fuck, and then I'm gonna be on another date with another woman, and I'm a pay for this extravagant first date, and I'm gonna try to smash that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, because we know the niggas who date and they're serial daters and they're going on all these first dates trying to turn them into a fuck, right? But I ain't talking about, I'm talking about, and just understand, again, it's all tricking, but I have less of a problem with either you courting a female in the hopes of building a relationship, or just flat out paying for pussy. But chasing pussy with dates is a loss, nigga, because
Yeah.
you're pulling the fucking arm of the slot machine, hoping that
Mhm.
after you spend this money, this chick is going to want to fuck you, and that meal ain't gonna give you no pussy from a chick that wasn't intending on fucking with you in the first place.
And you're totally right. So let me adjust my statement. So for me, I would see tricking as allowable if, especially if you're going overseas. Okay, you don't have time for, and I don't mean sex tourism. I mean like a business trip or whatever. I could understand that. Or let's give some real scenarios. Say you're kind of you have a malfunction or some type of illness. Okay, then yeah, you may have to trick. Okay, if you're handicapped, you get what I'm saying. I get it. But and I don't agree with I agree with you on that kind of tricking too, what you mentioned, just paying for date after date after date with hopes of getting pussy, or just going on random dates. Yes, that's dumb. Okay.
So he defined it as giving women money, gifts, paying bills, with the expectation and understanding that sexual gratification and follow. With the expectation meaning it's agreed upon, or you hope that you gonna get some pussy
what
or sexual gratification.
what the expectation usually means hope. So he's saying
Hope.
like with the hope. Yeah, that's
Well, he said
tricking.
understand, but he said expectation and understanding.
Oh yeah. You
So
didn't finish
that's
it.
kind of what
Okay.
makes it a little confusing. But without further explanation, I would just say, nah, this is just a no go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, giving her money.
Yeah.
What are
Give
you
him
giving her
money.
money for?
No, they
Like,
got Cash App now, man. There's no more excuses now.
no,
So
but even Cash App. Like, why do you? Why? Look, date a woman you're dating. Just here, baby. Here's some money. Giving her money, just throwing money at her. Again, if you can have this money back, and niggas be talking about they ain't got money to invest in stocks or real estate or this and that and the other. They don't have money. They broke. They can't do
Yeah,
that.
but
But they can
insurance are
take.
paying for the pussy.
Right, they can do all, they got money for all of this shit. They got money for weed, they got money for liquor, they got money, niggas got money for everything but you know, they when it comes to some responsible financially literate shit, these motherfuckers is broke. Real quick, Hassani, you what's up, bro?
I heard the conversation of if you could have money back for all the dates you went on. I felt summoned because
Okay.
I went on a tear one year, and I went on 53 first dates. I always tell that story,
God damn.
and I paid for every single date. Marcus knows the story. That's why he's wincing. I paid for every single date except for one. So that in a year and a half span, 2 year span, that is a lot of dates to go on and always pay.
What were the outcome of these days?
They were various, but the majority of them were just first dates, right?
Okay, so let's say you got a guy who they going on all these first dates with the plan on smashing. What would you say? What's up, G Mars? What's popping? How successful were you at whatever your objective was for these first days? Because I don't know whether your objective was sex or relationship, but you know, how successful was this this date spree for you?
I'm glad I kept stats on it because I remember writing out of 53 first dates.
So you're doing research.
I was writing an editorial.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
53 first dates. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Only 5 of the women made it past the third date.
Of 53.
Of 53.
Oh, that's terrible numbers.
But that goes in line with what we talk about over in the PUA side. You're a god if 10% of the women you meet you close. So 53 first dates.
That's 9.4%.
Yeah. I don't know.
So hold on. Now check this out, Hassani, because you said you're a god if 10%. What if you just go on 10 first dates?
If you
and
go
you smash one chick, are you a god? Are you a god?
According to the percentages, yes. According to the percentages, like we do say it's a numbers game, right? We say it's a numbers game, and guys.
Nobody got that joke, but go ahead.
Guys got to get out here, and guys got to play the numbers. But the economics of it really don't make sense. Like y'all have to. You can't go out here and do like your mama tells you to do. Because I throw in that caveat. My mother was the one who told me, well, you're a man. You have to pay for these dates. You have to treat these girls nice. You have to show them a good time.
Stop listening to these women.
She lied to you. Your mama was trying to be nice. She's a radical feminist.
What I'm talking about. Even if she's not a feminist. Look, feminism is defined by the way the original feminists carried it as we don't need y'all to give us nothing. A woman saying that you got to pay for everything is not a fucking feminist. If a woman is saying, yo, you got to pay all my bills, you got to buy me shit, this and that, motherfucker, that's patriarchy. Okay? That is not feminism. That is patriarchy. And you're demanding patriarchy and giving feminism back in return, bitch. No, that's not how that shit works. If you demanding any patriarchal functions from men, you are practicing patriarchy. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is this, society, like, you've been here for most of the conversation, and I've already said, like you said, your mother told you this, told you that. Whether it's your mother telling you, or the movies telling you, or these papers telling you, we get men in America. In the West, we get all this information that tells us as men, this is what we need to do. And you got motherfuckers that soak this shit in and believe it. We believe it. We've been groomed in it. We've been born in it. We're raised in it, right? And this is this is what we believe. Yeah, see, so at least somebody gets a reference now. Like, earlier I said, are you a god? You gotta be an old nigga to get that joke.
Yeah, I don't know that joke.
That's Ghostbusters. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
See, but this is why the space is important. We didn't have this 15 years ago.
and that's what I
So
said.
so
Right.
as a young, as a young 30-year-old who was dating for the first time in my adult life, I just listened to what my mom told me.
Right.
I listened to what my sister told me. Because my
Yeah.
sister, my sister and I are the same age. She was like, well, a man's gotta, pay for the first date. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. But after you repeated that 53 times, that was a lot of money. If I could have all that money back, I could have invested in Yahoo and wouldn't even have to work today.
You can invest in Yahoo now. All I'm saying is this, right? At what point do we unlearn it? I was taught the same thing that all of you guys were taught. We all learned this stuff. And we all at one point believed in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and Jesus, right? So when do we unlearn this stuff? Right? And it got to get to that point. It's like, yo, how do we unlearn the shit that we were taught? Because we know not only is it bullshit, but it's unhealthy for us. And it's almost like men, black men especially, because our manhood was taken from us by history, that we're still chasing our manhood through these avenues, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is why niggas be ready to shoot somebody, because the minute they're disrespected, it's an affront on their manhood, right? It's an attack against their manhood. And manhood and masculinity for a lot of black men is kind of all they have.
Yeah. I mean, chasing down manhood, it could be one of those things that it will exhaust you and eventually it will kill you. So I'm not with that because it puts you on this hamster wheel where you constantly trying to get that little dangly thing that's in front of it, but you'll never reach it. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of dudes, you wear yourself out, in trying to prove something, and you'll never you'll never reach that in the eyes of this of like of these women. So I don't know.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start reading some more comments, and then we're gonna start closing this shit out. We've been here 3 hours, and we're gonna start with chaos. But before you jump in here, all right. So it says Stewart says, when you take your woman out, make sure it's something that you want to do and she's just along for the ride. I agree with that. Don't do no crazy fancy Peter Luger, motherfucking Roof Chris, Shay Whitey type shit. If you ain't at Shay Whitey on a Wednesday for Dolo, don't go there with a woman not on the first date.
No.
You dating her, y'all together for 2 years, you want to do Peter Luger's for her birthday, that is cool. That is some cool shit. This woman been with you, she been riding with you. You want to take her to Roof Chris, or you want to take her to Gordon Ramsay's fucking Hell's Kitchen. I don't give a fuck. But first date, bitch is a stranger, just like you a stranger.
Yeah.
Right? Bitch is a stranger. Why are you impressing strangers? Because they got fat ass and big titties. Just like, if she suck your dick today. Look, sometimes people have chemistry and they link up immediately. But at the end of the day, just understand that women are not trying to fuck you on the first date because they think you a hoe. So think about that in terms of, if you go all out on the first date, because money spent on women is like men getting sex, right? They trying to get niggas to spend money on them. If you go crazy early, then nigga, you a whore.
Yeah.
You're a whore. You a first date whore, spending $300, $400, $500 on a first date for a stranger. You might as well eat the box. So thank you, Stuart, for that comment there. We're gonna move right along. Nigel Ado says, this shit ain't rocket science, Marcus. It's correct. The fact that buying pussy is illegal is matriarchal BS. Also, men need to realize that their mothers can be undercover feminist misandrists too. Facts. I'm gonna say this to you, Nigel. And I appreciate you jumping in here too. What's going on, bro? And shout out to the outspoken introvert and Carlton. I want to say this about this the legalization of sex, right? Just understand, um if they legalize sex, I don't think men will be happy, but what will happen, and I've said this in the previous live stream, is women, as much as they talk about legalized sex work, it's not what they should really want, because, and Hassani, I think I remember you remember me saying this, is once pussy sales become legal, now you can sue bitches for services not rendered. Can you imagine that? You can sue chicks if I pay for some shit and the transaction is a legal transaction and you didn't render the service, I can sue your ass. Can you imagine that? I think that the idea of pussy sales not being legal or being illegal is to protect women. It ain't to protect us. Think about this. Women don't go to jail for selling pussy. Niggas go to jail for buying pussy, or niggas go to jail for pimping women, right? That we do way more time in the transaction than the woman does. The nigga buy pussy, he's a predator, right? Even though they tell you support sex workers, but then the woman is, an independent woman is hustling and, support her. We're gonna start with Chaos. Chaos, give us your final thoughts, man.
I'm surprised you asked me the question. My views about, is it cool for men to pay for the pussy? You didn't ask me that earlier. I know one person answered. I don't think men should, since pussy's out here. Some women are giving this shit for free, unfortunately. That's something you might have to pay because someone feel that they're more worth than their own value. But like I said before, once you start, if a woman's selling her pussy, I said, baby, your pussy's useless to me. I mean, is anybody pay for it? They're gonna wear you out, pound that box, and then I'm probably the second one. Now I know, like paying for anything that's been used up and pounded.
Yeah. Some niggas gotta pay for pussy.
Mm-hmm. Understand? I mean, if they have to, that's unfortunate for them.
Right, it's unfortunate, and sometimes shit is unfortunate. People in hell want ice water. Not only that, think about this. There are some guys who want to fuck a particular woman that is not interested in them. She should be compensated to fuck a nigga that she is not interested in. Right? If that's the basis of their interaction, I ain't talking about a relationship or anything like that. Right? If there is no intrinsic or inherent value that she finds in that man, but he wants her to engage in the sexual act, if there's nothing else for her to gain, then she should be compensated for that. Just like you wouldn't be at work if you wasn't getting paid. You'd be doing some other shit. You'd be somewhere else doing some shit you actually wanted to do. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody is at McDonald's just because they like wearing the uniform and they want to flip burgers. They there to get money. Right? So that at the end of the day, the same that would apply to her would apply to you also. Shit, if you engaging with a female that you don't really want to engage in, it has to be something that you are gaining from that woman's, from you interacting with that woman. So yeah, something, if the woman likes you, like, you can't like me and want me to pay for the pussy. If you're gaining from our interactions with each other. But if a motherfucker out here, he ain't got nothing to offer a woman intrinsically or otherwise, and he wants that from her, if she decides, well, you need to pay for it. If he decides it's worth it because she's just so fucking bad that he really has to put his dick in her, then yes, he should pay for the experience.
So keep it 100 with me. How much you think the box is worth for the modern woman in America?
That's subjective.
Okay.
It's about how much value you put or not put on it. It can't ask me that shit. I'm not the nigga that gotta do these things. I'm just keeping it real. So we go. Who else? Who else we moving to? You good?
Yeah, I like to close out, man. I need to call somebody. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank you for having me on your platform again. And and I excuse me if I bickered in the past. I do need to practice what I preach. And
not
to
tripping.
all,
we gonna bicker some more, man.
All right, it's all love, my nigga. To all you to all these niggas out here, just say fuck these bitches, okay? Fuck these bitches. Say fuck these bitches and focus on your goals. And that's another thing. The best quote in the world is, if you chase money, the bitches will chase you. So do that. Oh, ultimately, okay. The advice I gave is just for, just to help. That's it, But the main thing is to focus on yourself, your health, your wealth, and if you're into God, I should put God first. Excuse me. Your connection with God, your health, and your wealth, and everything else will come to you.
No doubt.
All right. One love. Love you, baby. Take it
No
easy.
doubt. Peace. Peace. So,
Right.
Maul, shout at us, Playboy.
I don't have that much. You know, what you said in terms of understanding your targets, I think that's something that's really important. And it's more nuanced than, you know, just out for your way, or it's like if you do these certain things, you can recreate whatever it is that you want. It's like understanding who you're targeting and then catering your strategy towards that is something that like I appreciate, and one of those things that's like it vibes with how I look at situations. So that's why I really mess with that. So that's what I gotta say.
No doubt. So, before you go, Maul, I want you to respond to Beretta 9. I don't know if that question is directed to me, but I'll let you answer it first. He said, "Y'all pay for that international pussy though." So I guess that's a shot to
Uh,
passport bros. So,
Shit, I can
whoever
answer
wants,
that.
whoever, who,
I can
whoever
answer
wants to
that one.
respond, whoever wants to respond to that, go
Yeah,
ahead.
shit. Give me that now. Before Passport Bros was a thing, so just before the COVID lockdown, I went to the DR with no intention on, tricking or whatever, because I was over here dating. There were girls up there who wanted me to stay in the DR with them and marry them. There were girls who wanted me to pay for the box, and there were girls who I would have paid for the box for, but gave it to me for free. I had all three in just a week and a half of being over there. I met somebody who I thought was going to cut my hair and give me a shave, and after giving me a shave and a haircut and talking to me, threw me the box. Like it's just like I don't know. It's like being 6'5" and jawline here in America. It's going to get thrown at you a lot when you're over there. And you have all types of women, just like you have tricks over here who want money, and just like you have women over here who want husbands. You're going to find that in DR too, but you're just the it guy when you're over there because you're established, you're American, and you have money.
it's like here's my thing. Uh, it's like sort of like maybe, but
Yeah,
why do we
maybe.
care? I mean, like, why do I care if somebody's paying? It has nothing really to do with me. It's like I don't even understand why that's a question that we ask.
I mean, I got the best answer for it. I just want everybody to speak on it, and then I'm gonna address Beretta 9 and I'm gonna address Leon because, like, I don't even see it as an equivalent because it's not even the same thing. Understand that when you're going down to these places, guys are number one. Guys are going down there, and the premise is when you get there, you're not trying to wife. You're not trying to wife these women, right? Now, some guys are trying to wife them. I'm not
In
going
the
to
film,
say that doesn't happen, but most men going down there to fuck around, right?
just like spring
And
break,
huh?
just like spring break.
Just like spring break, but spring break is a little different. When men go down to DR and these third world countries, the understanding is when you get there, you're gonna pay. Not only that, when I'm a challenge Beretta 9 to this, it's just like what I said earlier. Would you go to the restaurant and put $5 in the tip jar and hope that they serve you food, or will you just pay for a meal? Right? Understand that when you go to these third world countries, first of all, motherfuckers outsource everything else. They outsource materials, resources. They ship everything from China and this and that, and the stuff that they buy from over there, they bring it over here and they charge more for it at a profit, right? If you go to Colombia, if you go to where the cocaine is grown, do you think that you'll pay the cocaine price there that you would pay here. Okay. No, right? Of course not, right? Beretta, no disrespect to you, but you talk like a man who has not traveled, right? I'm gonna tell you this because he says pussy is all they have to offer. Yeah, you have not traveled. Um, the women, and let's talk from a paying for pussy perspective and a wifing standard, right? On both fronts, they trump American women. Okay, they trump American women on both fronts. Foreign women make better wives than American women. They just do. It's not even a debate. And if you think it's a debate, I'll shoot you the link. Number two, if you're gonna say, well, guys are going down there and paying for pussy, and they could pay for pussy here. Number one, it's not even in the same ballpark, numbers wise. Number two is that the product is better. So, do you want to pay an American woman an overly exorbitant amount of money to fuck? And when I say American woman, that should imply
$100.
what she looks like, her demeanor, her attitude, and all of those things. The average American woman, and I'm not talking about all American women, I'm talking about on average, you're gonna get a nasty attitude. You're gonna get some lackluster head, or some lackluster this, some lackluster that, right? Or would you rather go to a country, right, where no, it's he said, okay, so y'all want the pussy for cheap. I'm gonna shoot you the link, bro, because I want you to stand on this, but I want you to explain to you, if you could go somewhere and not only pay less but get a superior product, would you continue to pay more for the subpar product? Now, fuck all the the slick shit you saying. What I'm asking you is, let's keep it real. Would you pay $500 to fuck Lizzo, or $100 to fuck Serena or Jennifer Lopez? Okay, so okay, you well traveled. So answer my question. Now I shot the link. So yeah, I tell everybody, because I have motherfuckers jump on my motherfucking community tab and tell me I don't like pushback. And oh yeah, I said it earlier. It's all tricking. I tell niggas, yo, if you gonna trick, get what you're paying for tricking. That's why when the dudes asked me, they said, "Do you agree with tricking?" I said, well, matter of fact, you asked me, how do I feel about tricking? Just giving girls gifts, this and that. And you're talking about that American shit, right? Because there's niggas out here giving girls gifts and this and that to not fuck. You think that them niggas are smarter than the guys who are going overseas and fuck badder bitches for less? Would you pay more for a Jordan sneaker? Or pardon me, or would you pay less for a Jordan sneaker or more for, I don't know, some rejects? I'm just no, you asked me, he said, do you reduced everything down to pussy? My nigga, I just told you that I separated it. See, I hate niggas that debate like this. I told you that I'm coming at you from a paying for pussy standard and a wife standard. So when I spoke the wife standard, I didn't reduce shit to pussy. You tell me how many American women that you gonna pay all their bills and all this, that's gonna do all the things that these third world women are gonna do for you as a wife. I started my answer responding to you, right? Saying that the women in these third world countries make better wives than the women here. And now you're saying that I reduce everything down to pussy. So now I'm going to ignore you because now you're being disingenuous and it's kind of irking me a little bit. Debate honestly with me. I'm keeping 100, right? If you're going to debate me, debate with me honestly, bro. The first thing I said was, those women make better wives. So when I say that, that ain't reducing the pussy. I'm talking about the whole fucking thing, bro. Okay? So it's a little annoying if you're gonna say things and ignore and act like I didn't say shit and make it known. If you didn't hear it, rewind this motherfucker and listen to me again. Okay? You ain't playing that disingenuous bullshit. So when it comes down to the prostitution aspect, it's still a better fucking product and it's cheaper. If it was the same price, it would still be better than these bum ass bitches here.
Woo.
So I don't understand what your defense or your point is. If you trying to defend what's here, tell me why I should remain here. Y'all just want a cheaper, y'all just want to pay less. If that was it, that would be enough, nigga. Why would you want to pay more? He talking about no shame.
Yeah,
but
that don't make no sense.
But he's saying no shame, like it's all trigger, no shame. But you're also saying, well, y'all just want to pay less. And reducing it down to pussy. Bro, you're shaming. Don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining, fam. Again, here's the link again. Let me post that link again. Right?
I don't even get why this is an issue. Like, dudes have been doing this since the beginning of time. And
right. Because, listen, I'm not even a nigga that goes out and buys pussy. But if you're going to make the argument, make it make sense. What I'm saying is, nigga, if there was two Toyotas and one was cheaper and had less mileage, you going to buy the one that's cheaper with less mileage. Agreed?
Facts.
It's a better deal. So niggas are going overseas for the better fucking deal, nigga. It's a better deal. And you can't shame a better deal, nigga. At the end of the day, the better deal is the better deal, nigga. It doesn't need any more explanation than that.
I mean, I think I said enough with my story. I went there one time and I had bitches trying to sell the pussy and I had women trying to marry me. It wasn't just like I went there and there was a bunch of girls as soon as you got off the plane and they're like, Poppy, give me money.
See, this is the thing niggas get into, like when now you start like defending. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, you don't need to defend yourself.
Don't do that. Understand, it's the better fucking deal, and that's it.
Better deal.
That's it. It doesn't need any. I'm sorry, Leon. Go ahead. Holler at me, bro.
So you know, I had my son or whatever a year and a half ago, and my dad and my cousins all went back to Colombia, and it was just like, damn, 2 years of COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing out this time. But what guys ain't getting is if we go out, right, and I meet a chick, she's somewhat friendly, suspect though. And it's like, yo, let me get your number. We can chill. And she's like, yo, this costs $200. If you're there in the moment, you'd be like, you look at the American girl, you'd be like, and you're just like, fuck, man, I'm still awake. That's 200, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to other places, the women are friendly. So even the slightest change, fucks with your mind because you're confused. You know what I'm saying? You're like, these bitches is nice. And I don't think guys are getting it. Like you're saying a cheaper price, right? Not only a cheaper price,
it's more than a cheaper price. And he's reducing it to the price point. And I've said way more than that.
Yeah. It's that's not my issue. You know what I'm saying? It's never been my issue. So it's I understand. Like am I looking just for sex? That's the issue. Guys are thinking so basic. They thinking about sex.
So what
are you just looking to feel good? Like they might need to open up that feminist book and read what the ladies were saying about when they went to Jamaica or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And attempt to experience that first, feeling good about yourself.
So let me say this to Beretta real quick. Beretta, I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying, like, let's be honest about it. He says this is Lent SBE. Bro, if you want to wrench, you're gonna have to jump on this panel. You're gonna have to jump on this panel. If you don't want to jump on this panel, bro, I'm gonna take it as you don't want to stand on your words. Ain't nobody gonna curse you out, argue with you. If you jump up here, just keep it real. But nobody shame, blaming, and explaining nobody here. I say at the end of the day, if you had the choice, matter of fact, I'll even make it easier for you. If there was a Benz and a Toyota for sale, and the Benz was cheaper than the Toyota with less mileage, which one would you buy? So the example that I just gave you is not just a cheaper car, but something better than the thing that you're paying more for. Right? Answer my question. Who's shame, blaming, and explaining? I ain't got time to shame, blame, and explain nobody. I keeps it the fuck moving. If it ain't what I want, I shop elsewhere. So understand, I just gave you an example of a better car, less mileage for less money. Are you telling me that you would pay for the more expensive car? And if that's facts, why? Why would you do it? Is there some sort of honor that comes into paying more for a inferior product? Leon, if I cut you off, continue.
Oh no, bro. I'm on page with you. You know, a different way to explain it. I know you've been in sales before. So
So cool.
more likely people are willing to pay a little extra or the same price just for somebody being pleasant. And a lot of black men don't experience women just being pleasant. Like you have to get through the wall of, you know, the tough exterior and shit before you meet the pleasant woman. Then you go somewhere else or even out of where you live and you're like, wow, these women are pleasant.
So these niggas think that it's some sort of honor in taking an L or
Yeah.
making sacrifices and shit like that. Like they're not, these women have confused, and the white man has confused these niggas into thinking that the hard way or the path of most resistance is the way to go. Like they we've accepted this suffering. So let me address the other part of what you said, Beretta. You saying tricking is tricking. That's how I began this part of the discussion. I said it's all tricking. So I didn't need the line of questioning that you gave me to reach the conclusion that your point is all tricking. Nigga, my point has been it's all tricking. I don't give a fuck what your goal is. It's all tricking. But do you want to trick stupidly or intelligently? That's what I'm saying. Do you, if you're going to trick, do you want to trick intelligent or do you want to trick just to be tricking? You want to trick with a goal in mind. If you're going to pay something, get what the fuck you're paying for. And niggas tricking in America are not even getting what they're paying for. You got a lot of motherfuckers spending a lot of money. And like my man explained earlier, the percentage of success is very low. I would say that's some stupid shit to do. This ain't even about shame, it ain't about pride, it ain't about none of that shit. It's about logic. And logically, if you're going to put money out, you're going to want the better product and cheaper if you can get it. Some people will pay more for the better product. If niggas could go third world, let's say, Leon, you could go to the third world, you go to, or better yet, you go to another country.
Yeah.
And these women wanted more than the American women, but they were better wives. How many niggas you think will go for that deal?
I think their ideas, like I think guys are willing to pay more. This is the thing. Guys are willing to pay more on the back end and get a wife that'll, you know, cook and do certain things and, you know, don't have certain beliefs, you know. Even my
How many,
woman's Western, but you know, I went out the community to get my woman, you know what I'm saying?
these niggas have come to believe, and we about to close this out soon. These niggas have come to believe that if they ain't in stress, they ain't being stressed, abused, or talk too crazy, that you know they not fighting this good fight, right? And again, as Beretta 9, you know, disagreement is what we do here. But at the end of the day, like what I'm saying is, you still haven't answered my question. I asked you which one would you choose, and you haven't given me an answer yet. And I want you to answer. But what I'm saying to you is, that's the way men are looking at it. We want the better product. It's not just about cheaper. Niggas pay more for sneakers. Niggas pay more for clothing. Niggas pay more for
Definitely.
nice houses. Niggas pay more for better shit every day, right?
Every day.
Now you can call it what you want, but at the end of the day, if niggas, you know, is if you not the type of guy that you can get it just off the strength of your intrinsic value, then you have to add value. I said it I quoted it as adding water, right? So whatever water is, whether it's money, a talk game, or whatever, a nice experience or whatever, you have to add water. Some dudes just walk in the room and they got the bitches on them, and some niggas when they walk in the room, nobody turns unless they're dressed a certain way or they move a certain way or this or that. And everybody ain't intrinsically. So the guys who are intrinsic players, they look down on the guys who are not, like, because they have to do more shit. Then that either makes them weaker or less than, or they shame them for that, or they'll say, well, just do what I do. I tell these guys certain shit and they look at me like I can't tell them to do what I'm doing because I look a certain way, right? But I'm not even telling them to follow my example. I'm giving them multiple solutions and they don't want to do any of them. But at the end of the day, bro, what I'm saying is, all things being equal, at the end of the day, yeah, we can call it tricking, and I'm down to call it tricking. But what kind of tricking you want to do? The hope tricking where bitches is stringing you along and not giving you shit, or you want to choose that tricking that's going to give you the better bitch for cheaper or the better wife? And he said he's going to choose the better deal, period. So whether you look, if you ain't got a trick, don't trick. But for the niggas that got a trick or feel that they got a trick, choose the better deal. Is all I'm saying. I'm not trying to make it out to be no different than what it is. If niggas want to be like, yeah, man, I be going down to the DR in Colombia and I be pimping bitches. Yeah, bitches be all over me. Yeah, because you paying them. You tricking. I'm good with that.
There's
Right.
nothing wrong with tricking.
There's nothing wrong with tricking if that's what you got to do and you ain't capping like it's something else. I'm not mad at it. But at the end of the day, niggas are choosing
You
bad
get what you pay for.
because they're scared to be called tricks.
Yeah.
They don't
We
want to
know
be right.
we know why some guys trick. Like some guys have more money, straight up, just straight up, and they want to take all the attention out of the room, so they trick hard, and it makes it a situation where it's like, damn, I can't compete with this nigga. He's a basketball player in the same club, and he's tricking, destroying all the attention. You know what I'm saying? So you can't compete
Right.
with them. So
But
there's levels to it and why people do it.
understand, like, again, if you're spending a bunch of money and you think, because you ain't paying outright for pussy, you paying to try to get the pussy or to get the attention of the women, and you ain't fucking, and you looking at the guy who's paying for pussy like he's the trick, nigga. You're both tricks. It's just that he's actually getting what he's paying for and you're not. You're under the impression that, oh, I'm not paying for pussy, but you're still spending money. So you're tricking in a way that he isn't, at a 0% success rate. So for your ego to feel like, oh, I didn't buy pussy. No, you're throwing money at pussy and not getting it. So then Beretta says he is, again, hey Beretta, I'm gonna tell you this. This is the last of your comments I'm gonna read, unless you're gonna jump on the panel. Other than that, we're gonna close this out. Beretta says, this is where we differentiate, Marcus. None of the bitches are shit to me worldwide. I treat them all the same. That sounds great, brother. You ain't gonna out smooth me on this motherfucker. I'll tell you that now. Like you talking to me like I'm over here like emotionally involved into caring or this. No, bro, you're not gonna out smooth me. Let me just say that right now.
Yeah,
Like,
Marcus is the
nah, he's because he's
right,
posturing
yeah.
like, yo, this where we differentiate, Marcus. I don't give a fuck about these bitches, nigga. You don't know my history with women.
What's
Hey,
You don't know my history. You don't know my
your Facebook. Then I've been checking your Facebook, man. Yeah,
right.
Hey, keep it
Right.
100. You trolling, bro. You trolling. You know.
Nah, he might be, but I troll back. You know how I do. But and I'm not mad. He's shit talking, and I can shit talk with the best of them. Just understand, you don't know my history with women.
My woman just got home picking up my son from her mama's house. You know,
Right.
So I gotta use the whole family.
Right. My man said trigger with extra steps. So all them make it rain niggas, them niggas is tricking worse than niggas who are outright paying for pussy. who everybody spoken, right? Chaos, you giving your final thoughts. Ray,
I already said some right. I already said my thing right. I'm not gonna
right?
do more.
Maul, you already spoke because
3 hours of this, right?
we
Yeah,
three
I
and a
said my
half,
piece.
right? We 3.5 deep. So check it out, man. We about to be out of here, man. Coach Lamar says he lying. You not treating a Benz the same as a Honda, boy. Stop capping. It's facts. It's facts. But better yet, I'm gonna say this though. I'll say this. Your approach can't be the same, but at the end of the day, I understand where he's coming from, where he's saying, yo, like when it comes to the Mercedes, right? And we talking about women, when it comes to the Mercedes, doing too much for the Mercedes, you know what I mean? You might get the same results as the Honda, or you might get further with the Honda, depending on who you are. Because mind you, remember, depending on who you are, if your value intrinsically or your value with added water trumps the value of the Mercedes, or it meets the standard of the Mercedes, then you don't have to do that much work for the Mercedes. But if it doesn't, then you got to do a whole lot to get that Mercedes as opposed to that Honda, which might be in your price range, if you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, Drake ain't got to do shit to bag a Mercedes. But for a Honda, which is more in the regular nigga realm, trying to keep up with what Drake is bagging easy, you might got to do a whole lot than if you know what I'm saying? If you trying to get something that's like lower on the food chain. Your position on the food chain matters. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't. Again, it's all tricking. All dating is tricking. You're spending money to impress a woman into dating you, unless y'all are splitting or she's taking you out. If you are dating a woman on the outset and you are paying for the whole date, it's a form of tricking. It's a form of tricking. I don't care what your intentions are. It's a form of tricking because part of it is to impress her or to whatever. Like, because there's this, the courtship thing is this ritual. Even though bitches is making the same or more money than niggas, is all this shit is outdated. We still hold on to this tradition that the man must pay. It's tricking. It's tricking. So, with that said, bro, we'll be back next week possibly, but again, our purpose here, at least my purpose on this platform, is to inform niggas how to move better. Inform niggas how to move better. He said, there you go, like I ain't been said that shit. Beretta, you late to the room, brother. You late to the room. You know what? I'm gonna give him that benefit of the doubt that he's late to the room. But I've been said exactly what I just said. Again, watch the replay. But like I said, this is to inform brothers to move better, whether your goal is pussy or power or whatever, man. I'm not here to get you to try to negotiate with no chicks to get them to conform or get them back in the kitchen. If they're gonna do that, they're gonna do that. If they not, they just fucking not. Walk away and leave it alone. You know what I mean? So at any rate, this is Keep It 100, eloquently petty, articulate assholery, LBD Negro swag. Saturday Night Live is in the building. Shout out to my man Reyes. Shout out to Hassani, Leon, 008. Was that some spy shit? I can't hear you. He's muted. Did I mute you? I ain't mute you.
Who, me?
Oh, yeah. Nah, your name, 008. Shout out to Maul. Nah, it's just some spy shit, but shout out to Chaos Rain. Thanks for jumping in here, man. Y'all go enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday weekend. Watch somebody knock somebody else out. We out of here. Holla back. Leave some comments, nigga. Click like on this motherfucker, please. If you ain't click like. And thank you for all the cash apps. Keep it 100 cash app. Peace out.